Look at us back together. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Thanks so much for being here. Let's get our heads right on a Thursday. Today is February 5th. And, man, it's good to be in here with some Padres news to talk about certainly today. Got a lot to get to. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
And the old chairman himself, Benjamin R. Higgins, sitting in as well. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
How are you?
A little worse for wear after a day at Disneyland.
Yeah, it'll get you.
But back and ready to go on a Thursday.
What was the final step count?
Oh, I didn't check. That's probably
like the first thing I do. When I'm like, what did I get? Like 18,000?
There's just no way you can feel healthy. I mean, I could have walked 30 miles and I wouldn't have worked off the amount that I ate yesterday.
You crushed it
at Disneyland. Oh, I ate so much. Too much. You know how I lost 40 pounds in 60 days? I gained 40 pounds in about 60 minutes, mostly from that Monte Cristo sandwich.
I told you, dude.
It was good, though.
I told you. You can't eat a Long John. You can't eat a Long John Silver sandwich and expect to feel good after.
No.
Unsaturated fat says you're really forcing the chairman thing. No, I'm not. That's just what he's called now. It's not. I'm not forcing it. That's what it is. He's chairman Ben Zadong. Ben the Dong. Actually, if you've seen the other picture. So what? Monte Cristo. What else?
Okay,
lay it out.
Let me see if I can lay it out for you. And I didn't have.
I've been waiting for this all morning.
I didn't have all of everything, but this is a mostly complete rundown of things I ate at Disneyland. We started by going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to check it out since we had never been there before.
Did you eat in that weird cantina?
The cantina was closed, but I went to the Ronto Roasters and had a Ronto wrap, which was some sort of, actually pretty good. It was like a pita with like this sausage and slaw in it, and pretty good.
Wait, what was it? A pita?
It was like a pita
sausage?
wrapped around like a sausage with some slaw. It was pretty tasty.
It's
actually
a real heavy way to start.
Lunch. I hadn't eaten anything all day, so I was starving when we got there.
All right.
Let's see. Other people had like his fried chicken bao was on the menu at the Docking Bay 7 restaurant. So I did have one of those since it was not finished. Then we started walking around. My son got the blue milk, the moof milk.
Yep.
I had some of that because he didn't finish that. Then let's see, we got one of the pickles, big giant dill pickle. Then we shared a ice cream sandwich, which was really good from the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street. 2 chocolate chip cookies with chocolate ice cream in between.
Holy cow.
I didn't order it, but I ended up eating, I would say 70% of it.
You are, as most dads are, you just vulture.
I'm the Hoover vacuum cleaner.
You just vulture.
You're not going to finish that? Okay.
You're circling around.
Mine.
You're circling around looking for what your kids don't finish.
Yes. Let's see. Then I had an iced coffee. Then we went and had dinner. I had gumbo, which was delicious at Cafe Orleans. Shared a 3-bean salad, the only healthy thing I ate all day. And then finished with the Monte Cristo sandwich, deep fried, covered with powdered sugar and jelly.
Stuffed with ham and turkey and
French fries. And yeah, that was it for me.
That's it right there.
I honestly,
God,
it was delicious. I set the over under. If you had that, let's say every day for a week and a half, you'd be dead.
Dead.
I mean, dead.
Like did you feel the plaque like moving around in your heart?
Oh, and on the way out, we stopped at the candy store, and I got this toffee churro square, which was also delicious.
Dude.
We had to have dessert at some point again.
I thought you had dessert.
No, that was just
the ice cream sandwich.
That was an afternoon snack.
Oh my God. Well, and what else? Crowds, rides, traffic. How was it?
Did the regular rides. Still love Big Thunder Mountain.
So good.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Went to the Smuggler's Run, which was the only one of the 2 that was open. I still have no idea what I was doing. I was a gunner. You have 3 different roles. Pushing this button. I had no idea what was going on. I was completely confused.
I'm just going to tell you a little secret. None of what you do in there matters, to be honest with you.
Had the best Jungle Cruise tour guide. She was rattling off the puns just at high speed. You know who an elephant goes to see for their wrinkles?
Who?
A pachydermatologist. I did not do. The rest of the family did Space Mountain. I decided to take a break and just
you
sit in
happened
the
to
shade
take
for
a
a
break
while.
on the scariest ride there.
I am scared. I don't like rides in the dark where I can't see where I'm going. It's just I get very uncomfortable.
So good. You know, Taylor, who's 5, really likes that ride.
So that's when I went and got my coffee, and just so I could sit down in the shade and enjoy it. And the girl at the coffee said, "Oh, are you here to celebrate something?" I said, "No, I'm just here with my family." And she said, "Well, where are they?" And I said, "They're all on Space Mountain." I was too scared to go on.
Too scared to go.
And she looked at me and she goes, "You're probably too tall to ride on it." She said,
"I could whack your head."
I have a friend who's probably maybe an inch taller than you. They won't even let him ride on it. And I'm going, okay, well, then I am never going.
I've only done it once.
I'm never going on that then.
I love Space
It
Mountain.
hurt.
God, I love
that little cart. Any corner. If we took a right turn, I was just getting slammed. Like my hip was just like slamming into the side.
That's how I feel about Matterhorn
or whatever.
Matterhorn's terrible.
Ugh.
It's a terrible, terrible ride. It looks cool. It's awesome. Got the snow-capped mountain. Sounds good. And then you get up in it and you're like, this sucks. This is not even fun.
I've only been to Disneyland like 4 times in my life, and it's been closed. Matterhorn's been closed every single time.
It was open yesterday.
It's never been open for me.
We decided to pass. Just looked at the lines weren't bad. I don't think I waited more than 25 minutes to get on any of the rides.
And no fast passes.
And no, we didn't use any of the lightning
That's
lanes
amazing.
or fast passes. A Wednesday in February, not a bad. It was still busy, but never any hour-long lines or anything like that. So it was pretty pleasant day to go. It was warm and a little breezy, but not uncomfortably hot. Like
Good.
they weren't sweating the whole time. So we all had a pretty good time.
Excellent.
You hadn't gone since, with the whole family since they were kids. And, there's always the strollers and the crying and the tears and the stressfulness and the, bickering when, things start to get a little tense in the afternoon. Really didn't have any of that. Everyone was just kind of pleasant. And then after dinner, we just decided
now.
We said, "You want to go on another ride?" "No, we're good." We just, we decided to head on home around 6:00, and that was it.
Well, we got one of our tier ones, Nick, DM me this morning. He said he is on his way out to Disneyland this morning with his daughter, Everly, who turns 5 today. So happy birthday. Happy 5th birthday to Everly. I bet you she's not scared to ride Space Mountain.
Probably not.
My 5-year-old loves it.
If she's tall enough.
If she'll be tall enough.
Okay.
Taylor loves it. I mean, it's just his favorite ride. He can't get enough of Space Mountain, which I think it's such a great ride. And it's old. Like for an old ride, that ride kicks ass. That ride's been around forever. So you were being super dad yesterday. I was just over ruining children's lives at my house. I got chewed out by my wife yesterday.
You don't know this is for sure true.
What?
That you're the one who caused this.
All right. Well, let me tell you.
Let's just let the tier ones make their
vampire on this.
Let's let the tier ones make their own judgment.
Can you take the Edward from Twilight filter off of my camera? I look like a literal vampire. And there we go, because this is kind of what it leads into. At home yesterday, get home from baseball practice. And, we sit down to eat some dinner. Hannah goes, "Oh, by the way, I tell you what your son said to me this morning." And I go, "No." And I'm just bracing myself. And she said he didn't want to wear shorts today, Stephen, because he didn't want people to, quote, see his creamy white legs. And I went,
"Oh, no."
I go, oh, God.
And you think perhaps you have something to do with that line of thinking?
I mean, I don't think there's any question.
Yeah,
she's
you're toast.
She's like, very cool that now he's not positive about his body because of his father making, not even jokes. Look, that's a true statement. I'm the only little league coach out there that wears Fiore joggers. It was like 85 degrees yesterday at practice. I had them, strangely enough, hiked up to like my mid calf because it was, boiling hot, and I was on a baseball
instead
field.
Of doing what everybody else would do, and
just
wear
shorts. But I'm in the vicious circle of my legs are creamy white. I really need to be wearing shorts, but I can't wear shorts because my legs are creamy white. So it's just this vicious, and I'm not going to get off the air, go home and lay out.
Why not?
Like oil up, because I got better stuff to do.
That's fine. But how about this?
Put some AirPods in.
How about this?
Tanning salon,
How about not caring about what people think about
There's
the
that
color
too.
and complexion of your legs as you're walking around?
You're not gonna
I-
worse than this.
I get-
Look,
I get they're kind of white, but
kind of. They match my shoe.
it's really not something a ton of people are going to think about.
BS, bro. Every parent will be in the stands and they'll be going,
as
"Good
far as I
God,
know-
hey,
Tan in a
As
can.
far as I know,
see through your legs, bro."
you are not trying to attract a mate at the moment.
No, I'm
so
not.
there really is no reason you can't let your creamy white legs out for the world to see, and it will have no effect on your life whatsoever.
See, KGD, here we go. This is why, because you guys are all effing bullies. You're all bullies. Wood skipping leg day. I see. I don't skip leg day. I crush leg day. My
I
calves.
never do leg
Ben
day.
never does leg day.
I have tanned, large, solid tree trunk legs.
It makes me want to.
It's not fair.
So
I
there
get
you
it.
go. That's why. Because of the bullies. I will refuse to do it. Look fine in joggers, so I just wear joggers. But now I got my sweet baby at home going, well, I'm not, my legs are his, well, they are. He's like, my legs are creamy white too. So he just wears pants to school. And now I've taken.
I don't think anybody cares.
I mean, I'm literally getting bullied for it right here, Paulie. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yes, but everyone knows you have white creamy legs since you announce it on the radio so very often. So whether we can see them or not is now irrelevant. Everyone's already picturing you with white creamy legs. So you might as well own it and enjoy our nice weather and not give your son a bad body image about what his legs look like.
they're so white.
By the way,
they are so, it looks like I
If you were
have never left
if
the
this
house.
was, like the late 1800s, your creamy white complexion would be considered a sign of virility and attraction. Like you
No, they
don't
wouldn't.
have to be out working in the
Nobility.
fields. You're a higher class of individual because you have nice creamy white skin. That was very desirable back then. Why don't you try to be the trendsetter, and everyone will now try to get creamy
I
white
like what
skin
Frank
like
says in the
yours.
chat. You're creating a fun bash here. Like you're egging them on. People are just messing with you. Nobody really cares. It would be 100% totally normal to show up to baseball practice in shorts.
The only thing that really matters here,
It's actually weird that you don't.
right, you're making it a bigger deal
Bigger deal.
by being so
gonna
militant
get-
and not doing it.
I just don't like.
but the one thing that does matter,
Everyone is in here acting like they have no insecurities. I'm none. I like, oh, you care too much what people think. You have no insecurities? None?
we do.
I'm just willing to talk about them. That's what makes me different.
We
I'll
do.
talk
I mean,
about.
would-
I'm insecure.
Would
as
we all want to rip
balls.
our shirts off and do this show shirtless? No, of course not.
Yeah, let's
Like,
see all the tough
but-
guys out there.
But at the same time, you are negatively impacting your own.
child.
Well,
my own
first of
child.
all, your own comfort. For no reason whatsoever. No one's going to care if you wear shorts. But the one thing that does matter here is you don't want Bo thinking that the color of his legs should determine what he feels about himself. So yes, you
Must
need
be
to,
nice to be so secure in everything in the group chat every day. Just so secure with just body positive everywhere. Perfect skin tone, perfect muscle tone. How nice for you guys.
I will admit, and I finally went to the web and Googled around. I have this corn on my foot that it's just killing me. That's why I can't wear like left shoes and why I want to wear flip-flops all day.
Please don't ever say corn again.
I have a corn on my foot.
I don't need to know that.
So then I started like researching, like, how do I get rid of this corn? I have to like for weeks, like put on a patch or soak it in,
boil it,
and then I have to rub it with a pumice stone,
put some butter and a little salt and pepper on it.
little elote.
I'm turning the light off. Somebody says, is Paulie messing with the filters? Woods looks
I
extra.
haven't
I'm
touched
telling you,
anything.
I look creamy as I look so white and pale, and I look like a junkie that you just found washed up on the beach.
No, junkies would wear shorts if they were hot.
Hate it. Never liked shorts.
Really?
I've never liked shorts, man. Never.
I love wearing
I
shorts.
can't stand it. I've never liked
It's so comfortable.
I've never
and
liked-
freeing.
There's certain guys that like look cool in shorts. Never been one of them. Skinny ass legs, tiny little toothpick legs, and creamy milky white.
Like I will wear like basketball shorts, like athletic shirts around the house anytime. And then like if we're out, like we go out to Vegas, I'll wear like the Viore shorts. They're soft, comfortable, free.
Those shorts are such nut huggers too.
They fit totally fine.
The new Viore, and I love
they're
Viore.
cut above the knee, but they're not like
They're cut
small
right under
and
your
tight.
testicles is where they're cut. Hey, just chop it right under this guy's balls as he's at the gym. I see it every day, and jealousy eats me alive when I see these guys in the gym with their tanned, muscular legs, and I'm just over here going, "Yeah, you're damn right. I've got compression pants on. It's to hide my creamy white legs." I'm sorry to my son. I'm ruining his life every single day, but
I forgot who, Bo or Taylor.
Bo. Taylor doesn't give a rip, dude. His legs are all bruised up. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't care. He does not care.
Oh, Bobo.
Oh, poor guy. So, yeah, just out here ruining lives.
So, the way you started the story, when Hannah came up to you and told you that, like,
shoot me out, dude.
What you had to have initially you just sunk to the dirt.
My
like
face.
you knew exactly. You're like, I'm cooked. There's no way I can talk my way out of that one.
Yeah.
There's 100% chance he got that from me.
There is absolutely no. When he said my creamy white legs, I'm like, oh,
damn it.
They really are little sponges, man. They really, really are. So, sorry. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'm just gonna wear shorts to work now. And you guys, men in shorts have, like, I just think it's, I don't know. And I know we live in Southern California. We've talked about it before. I don't want to see your feet. I don't want to see your hairy legs either. I really don't.
I'm very sorry that I subjected it to you so very often.
I get it.
Is that why you don't golf anymore? Like you have to see.
No, because I always wore pants. I always wore pants when we played. It'd be 97 degrees. Why does the guy have ABC pants on out there?
We're in deep Escondido.
Yeah.
We're at Mount Woodson. It's 104 degrees, and Woodsy's in full pants.
I'm gonna go to the tanning salon. I think.
A little rub, like spray on
spray
or
tan.
on.
A spray tan is where
Someone
I'm
said bro glow. Is that a thing? You can rub on your
bro
leg.
glow. Is it a thing?
Well, I will get you.
My
like,
legs will be orange.
I will find you some good spray tan.
Sick orange legs, dude.
And I'll bring some gloves, and Ben will rub it onto your legs. How about that?
Ray, I'm with you. This is pants and closed-toe shoes. Yeah. I wish I could. I'll try. My next practice is on Saturday. I'll try drive by and you guys can take pictures, point and laugh because that's what I'm expecting. So it's fine. It's no big deal. It's good. Sorry, son, if you're listening. I love you and you should be very positive about yourself because you're a sweet, sweet baby. Don't listen to your dad and his mean bullies on the internet.
Plus, it's not too late. If you wear shorts regularly, you'll then get tan.
I know. Like I said, I'm in the vicious circle of like, I was like yesterday because I remember I was loading up the car and I go, God bless, it is hot. I got practice, hour and a half practice. I'm pulling my pants up and I'm like, this sucks. I should go put shorts on. I go, my legs are too white. But that's how you get a tan is by exposing to direct sunlight. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
I will say that when I was younger, I used to, as many of us did, wore like a digital watch on my left wrist. And I always wore it. I wore it when I played golf outside everywhere. And I realized after a few months, I had a band. I had a band, and I was embarrassed by having the tan line band. So I would like sit with my arm just like out in the sun.
Just to cover up that one slot?
I would like put makeup on it to try to just blend it in with
makeup.
If I wasn't going to wear the watch, I didn't want like just a big white strip on my arm. I was very self-conscious about it. Yes.
So you're like laying out by the
when
pool.
I was younger.
Your butler is holding the umbrella, but you're just telling him like stand 2 feet over so that one arm is exposed.
House, like our back patio, just like sticking my arm essentially like out the door.
The window? Just when he drives, it's just like one arm out. Did it work?
Eventually. Obviously, I don't have it anymore. It took time, though.
You don't wear a watch anymore.
I don't wear a watch anymore, so.
I wear a watch. I don't think I have that. Well, because I've never exposed to sunlight.
You just still
match
your...
Blah, blah, I'm a literal vampire.
I drove to the Grand Canyon when I was like 19 with my dumbass friend. He was sitting in the passenger seat, and he must have had his arm hanging out the window and I just didn't even notice or something, because when we got to like a rest stop in Arizona,
he's got black arm.
his right shoulder down was like purple. Purple. It was so bad. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? And how are you going to fix that?
Like, it's so weird. I was in the sun yesterday for 2 hours. I got no color, nothing. Am I Irish or something? Like,
Some people just don't tan that well.
Like, is it long? I go to Hawaii, I get like beet red. I look like I've been drinking all week.
Like before you go out?
I did put a little sunscreen on,
what do you,
just a
like,
little bit.
Is it too strong?
Yesterday was just like a 30. You know,
should have gotten you a little.
Should have got me a little juice.
SPF 700.
Yeah, I mean, but now it's like I also don't want to get skin cancer.
That's true too.
Yeah.
You're probably very healthy and safe with your skin by not exposing it to the sun.
Yeah.
Dub J says, I'm surprised Ben doesn't have that golfer's head tan line where they wear the hat.
Greatest, dude.
You don't wear.
You watch the I do when I golf though, but I watch like PGA Tour golfers.
They come up.
They win a tournament and they pull their hat off.
And it is like,
and it's
crazy.
Gnarly. I'd be self-conscious about that if I were them.
How come Manning's foreheads?
How come baseball players don't have that a lot? You don't see it a lot, you know, in like pressers but maybe they have a lid on. Well, when they come in, they do their scrubs at their lockers. They don't have the.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember the Padres put out that.
They're not the sun.
They put out that spring training hat that was really meshy, like it was a couple years ago, and people were wearing it out there, and the sun was getting it. Like
if you were bald, and you were wearing that hat,
your head looked like a checkerboard, a little mini checkerboard,
like a net,
like a net, yeah, like a fishing net. Yes, they were like, "Hey, what the?" Like, all right, maybe we thicken this up in the back. I'm so sorry.
I guess baseball players, like golfers, you're in the sun all day. Baseball players are mostly night games.
Yeah, it's true.
Couple
spring training, maybe they get one during spring training. Kind of goes away during the season. But
catch guys in their like locker interviews after like a Wednesday afternoon game, maybe there's a little bit more like red or something. But you know, it's 10 o'clock at night most nights when they're doing that.
Listen, it's always been one of my insecurities. I will work on it, and I will try to get more comfortable walking around in shorts, and especially coaching in shorts. I think that's normal. I need some of those long shorts, like every short.
Oh, when we were growing up, the shorts were as long as could be.
You couldn't get them long enough.
Go to your knee. You're a nerd. You were a nerd,
bro. The guys in the gym now, and I'm looking and I'm like, dude, I can see your balls. I'm sorry, like I can see the outline of your camel toe balls right now. They're so tight and they're so short, and I'm like, what? I can't wear those. I can't wear those.
Somebody in the chat.
You think my legs are creamy? Wait till you see my thighs.
Somebody in the chat remembered Sean Lewis, San Diego State's coach. He had that sunburn with the hat.
He did. He did.
He had. You can see the whole outline of his hat is like burned into his skull.
Yep. It's so good. That's right. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, give me those and one shorts, Paul. You remember those? Those long ass shorts.
Yes.
I'll wear those. All right.
Allen Iverson model basketball shorts down to the ankles almost. Well,
thought that was help you. So cool out there. But all right, well. Who wears short shorts? We wear short shorts.
All right, let's get going on a Thursday. We got plenty of Padres news to discuss, including, I think, a key acquisition from last night. We'll talk about it coming up. We'll also have more news on the ownership when we set the menu for the program coming up in our next segment. Stay tuned. Take a quick time out. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Ben and Woods. We got traffic coming up. First, though, there's a certain feeling late in a close game. Everything matters. One bad break can change the outcome. For a lot of people, retirement feels the same way. You've worked hard, you've saved, but the questions keep coming. Will this money last? What happens if the market drops? What about healthcare costs? And what does inflation do over the next 20 or 30 years? That uncertainty is real. Trajan Wealth helps people turn that uncertainty into a plan. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to build a retirement strategy designed for real life, not just best case scenarios. They're right here in San Diego with offices in Carlsbad and Del Mar. If this is something you've been meaning to look into, and for a lot of us, I was meaning to look into it, you can start simple by visiting TRAJANwealth.com or call 619-367-0207 to talk with their team. Again, 619-367-0207. You can also find more information anytime at trajanwealth.com. Trajan Wealth, plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Oh boy, I missed. What did I miss when I went to the little boys' room?
Really was hoping no one would notice.
Ben, it's the tier ones. They notice everything. That's why I don't wear shorts because they notice everything.
I was doing my live read for Trajan Wealth, and somewhere in the middle, and I don't know why, I just lost control of my
bowels.
No, my saliva.
Yeah,
just came. I could feel it, just a giant drop,
like a puppy.
TRAJAN Wealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to build a retirement strategy designed for real life. All right, if you're not on the YouTube stream,
Betty,
he pulled it out. I didn't even realize it looked that.
Oh,
okay. Well,
oh my God! Ray said, started thinking about that Monte Cristo again. Dude, I thought it was a little bit on the side.
You said drooled. I'm like, that's like spitting.
I don't think I've ever hawked a loogie that big.
Ben! All right, if you're listening on the radio, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Just a reason for you to get onto our YouTube stream, apparently.
Yeah, are you full? What's the matter with you? Oh, he just, and again, in the Mike Allstott way that he does, he just takes the hand off and just keeps trucking right through it. Paulie, I need I need it slowed down frame by frame for Instagram.
Oh my God.
Now you're thinking nobody saw that because that was quick.
I did. I was thinking, I bet no one even noticed.
Nobody even noticed, but it's the tier ones. They see everything.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Bro, it's so funny. It's so funny this happened. When we were at FanFest, and we're going to get this Padres news. I'm sorry. This was a derail that had to be addressed. I'm so sorry. When we were at FanFest, you guys know I've been battling the black lung for a couple weeks. I think it was maybe right before the camera was on. I just know it was live. And I reared back with a giant green loogie came out and hit my arm. And I go, oh, God, Bo didn't see it. He was next to me. You were next to me. You didn't see it. But it was like, like through the frame, everything. I'm like, oh, good. So then
that is one magic loogie.
It was a magic loogie. So then I had to like peel it off of my arm with my hand and like wipe it under the table. I mean, we were live on the air. So I was like, if somebody, and by the way, live studio audience all around. And it was as bad as it's ever been. So I can sympathize and I can relate with you, but that was legendary. I thought it was a little bit of drool. That was like I can't say it, but that was like, I almost said it, but I can't say it. Sorry. I just started to sweat.
We were all thinking about it.
Well, let me set the menu for the program. I'm going to try to hold all my saliva in the rest of the show if possible until 10 o'clock.
You're not a liquidy guy.
Not
you don't
usually.
Speak with like a,
I was trying to hydrate after being outside in the dry air all day yesterday. I've been trying to hydrate as much as possible. I guess it's working.
I would be so disgusted if I was Braden or Ello listening in and just being like, this guy just comes in and farts and slobbers and drools all over the keyboard.
Pavlov's bed. Yeah, what did you hear? What was it in the spot that made
Trajan Wealth apparently just makes me drool.
Holy cow.
It's drool-worthy investment advisory services.
Christopher wants to know, does anybody want his breakfast? Because he's done. He's absolutely done after your story and mine. Sorry to the tier ones out there.
We're going to start with some baseball talk coming up here, including the big signing by the Padres last night. We'll get to that momentarily in our 7 o'clock hour.
What'd you say big signing? Because she said big
signing.
Big
in terms of, well, we'll get to it. Just give me a second.
The second biggest move the Padres have done this offseason. I guess if you want to go that route.
Everything has to be equated to financial outlay.
Well, I mean, The Tigers signed Framber Valdez yesterday.
We'll talk about
All right.
that. That was a big signing as well. Maybe a
no,
bigger
not
signing.
as well. That was a big signing.
It's a Throwback Thursday at 7 o'clock. We'll take you back to 2024 for a moment I know Woods enjoyed quite a bit on our program.
I think everybody did.
7:20 is our Don't Do This segment. In the second half of Ben and Woods, we'll play a little Real or Fake on a Throwback Thursday at 8:20. Try to qualify another listener for the Guns N' Roses tickets. Coming up at 9 o'clock, right after our biggest fan announcement, we're going to have a guest joining us. Eben Novi-Williams from Sportico has written recently about the Padres' potential sale and a couple of new names that have popped up
How about that
we
bomb?
hadn't heard. So some good reporting, and we're going to hear more from Eben Novi-Williams of Sportico about a couple of different names, Jose Feliciano and Dan Friedkin, both owners of Premier League teams in English soccer
Oh, boy.
that apparently are kicking the tires on the San
Oh,
Diego
boy.
Padres as well. So we'll get some of that reporting at 9 o'clock. Our NFL threesome ahead of Super Bowl 60 on Sunday. Talk a little football at 9:20, and then we'll wrap things up today with a Roundel report at 9:35. But we'll start with the Padres news from last night. We'll do that right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Accident has cleared on westbound 52 past Convoy. Watch out for a little residual slowing there. Stalled motorcycle westbound King Freeway before Kelton. It's in the center divide. And stalled car on the Fletcher Parkway off-ramp northbound 125. Heads up, San Diego. The next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
By the way, I'll guess on Ben & Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. So last night, the Padres made a move, signing outfielder, third baseman, designated hitter Miguel Andújar to a one-year deal for $4 million plus a couple million in incentives.
Okay.
And while, yes, it's not on the scale of off-season baseball moves, it's not like a 7 on the Richter scale. I loved this move.
So did I.
We brought his name up maybe once or twice when going through like the lists
I did
of
it on
free
Monday.
agents.
Yeah.
Woods, you mentioned it on Monday. I think the reason why we didn't give him more attention was we were looking for maybe a pure first baseman. He's played a little first base. I don't see him as an everyday type first baseman. But what was the one thing that you mentioned, why you mentioned him on Monday, and why I think this is such a good sign?
Yeah, he hits lefties.
Yes,
period.
that's what the Padres need.
Period. The end. He hits lefties. He hits lefties well. And again, the thing is like I saw people he had 27 home runs. Yeah, it was in 2018. He's played in.
Don't think you're getting that, Miguel.
No,
Andújar.
I mean, after that, man, it's like 7, 8.
He's been having trouble staying healthy, which is obviously a concern. And one of the reasons why he was so affordable at this point is his lack of consistency in staying on the field the last few years.
Yeah, but if you need a guy that can hit left-handed pitching and, spell someone defensively, he's not a great defender. But last year, his career 121 WRC plus against left-handed pitching. So that's good. 171 last season. So that's really good. It's like he's seeing the ball well off left-handers. He can hit left-handers. Gavin Sheets. And he will probably platoon DH, first base, when, whatever, however you want to mix it up. It gives you another option. It's a right-handed bat off the bench. I don't see him as a guy, Ben, that's going to play every day. I see him as a guy that's going to face left-handed pitching. And, I think a lot of people, it doesn't necessarily take away from, because, they're still talking about Luis Camposano as a guy. They want him to get some ABs against left-handers too. And that's good. It's just another option to have. Now, who's going to win that trust of Craig Stammen that they're hitting left-handed pitchers better? We'll see. But now you have another guy in there that can do it, can play left field, can play first base, can play third base, all not great. But again, a guy that can come in and mash left-handers. That's what you need.
Yeah, so his appearances defensively over his 9-year career, he's played 169 games in left and only 21 in right, none in center. He's played 185 games at third base.
Yep.
No other infield position except for first base. He's only played there 7 times.
Okay.
So
I think
can you figure it out?
I think,
Maybe.
I think
if
for
you
me,
just go DH against left-handers,
It's not that hard.
That's it.
Wash, tell him.
It's incredible.
I think for me, what is so intriguing is now any left-hander who has to face the Padres knows they have to get through Tatis, Machado, Laureano, Bogarts, and Andújar.
Yeah.
In the same lineup, likely most of the time.
Yep.
Those are 5 guys who, as a lefty, it's not comfortable to be facing the San Diego Padres with all those guys in the lineup. Most of those guys will also play against right-handers and do fine, but your secondary stars, Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth, Gavin Sheets, those guys can hit righties. So, you've got some good guys against righties, plus your star players. So they're always going to be tough. I think it makes the Padres a more complete team against really both sides now of the mound. Both right-handed and left-handed pitchers will go in and go, yeah, I'm not comfortable facing, assuming Craig Stammen, organizes them in a way that makes sense and, the lineups make sense. I don't know that that's a comfortable ask for any starting pitcher now to face the San Diego Padres lineup. That's why I just think this is such a good signing because
really good.
It just improves the lineup however you want to construct it by having Miguel Andújar as an option.
Yeah, 100%. I have zero beef with this, but I did gauge this as what kind of move it is based on the fact that I didn't get a text from our boss, Adam Klug, asking me to post a reaction video on the Miguel Andújar signing. So I think on the Adam scale, I was like, oh, I didn't see one.
Not a big needle mover.
It didn't move his needle enough to make him ask me to do a reaction video.
Fine. He's not going to be an all-star.
No.
You don't think you're getting 25 to 30 home runs.
God, don't think you're getting 12.
But what are you trying to do in the offseason? Are you trying to
improve my team.
Are you trying to just add sexy pieces, or are you trying to get your team better? And to me, this is a move.
How about both?
This is a move, though, that makes
Getting
the
better
Padres
is sexy.
Getting better is very sexy.
That's what I think. And
Yeah.
I think this is a move that makes the Padres lineup better.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, hey, man, it's better than the darts we threw at the board last offseason, right? I already feel better about it.
Those are
It's
still
way
potentially
better.
coming.
Those could be there.
The late.
The late. But again,
veteran, one more.
Paulie, but
they've thrown some pitching darts in the last couple of weeks. Marco Gonzalez, they're throwing some Riley Pint. They're throwing pitching darts right now, but that's
You do that every year.
Andújar's a real signing.
you got to have depth. Andújar is going to break camp with the big league club.
There's really no question about it.
Let's be honest, with Skubal and Framber Valdez, the first 2 guys you're going to see this year, he's probably going to play both of those games against left-handed
With
pitchers.
Andújar and Bryce Johnson, your backup outfield is
Fine.
probably set now. You've got the depth that you're looking for because Andújar can start when needed. If someone goes down for a while, he's started on a regular basis. You're not asking Bryce Johnson to start every day.
Correct.
If someone gets hurt, which
Gavin
you would,
Sheets in left field.
you don't want to see that again either. So you probably have solved both of those issues of forcing Bryce Johnson in for 3 straight weeks. Don't want that. Forcing Gavin Sheets to the outfield. Don't want that. Miguel Andújar should solve those issues.
Hey,
It's a good depth and lineup addition for the Padres.
And again, for $4 million, with incentives, Luis Arraez just got $12 million. I think $12 million bringing him back here would have made me furious. This doesn't make me furious at all. I'm happy. Seems to be a good dude. He did play in some hitter-friendly ballparks last year. But listen, the guy can hit left-handed pitching. That's what we need. So just need him to come in and not change a thing, man. Just come in and do what you've been doing.
Park, if you're a right-hander who pulls the ball, is not hitter unfriendly.
Right.
That's Kyle Higashioka.
Correct.
What he thinks about hitting at Petco Park is a pull right-handed hitter. You can actually have pretty good season at Petco Park.
We had some other moves yesterday, Benny. Did you see the non-roster spring training invitees as well.
I did
run through those. Any surprises for you?
No, there are guys who certainly have a chance to make the team. I know Ethan Salas is the headline. He won't be making the team. Jose Miranda, who is one of the off-season signings that Padres give a non-roster invitation. He's on that list. A veteran guy who could figure in on the bench if he has a good spring training. Any names that called out to you?
No, not really. We've heard the names Jackson Wolf many times.
He's been on the big league roster a couple of times and pitched for the
Logan
Padres.
Gillespie is back. Tristan McKenzie is going to be an interesting one. I know there's some talent there. Got to kind of hone it in a little bit. He's obviously going to be working with the right staff to do that. But yeah, nothing blew my hair back about that. But yeah, 4 catchers invited.
Romeo Sanabria.
Yeah, he's first baseman with some pop.
Just because that's the position that the Padres could use some depth at. He'll probably get a longer look than maybe some of the other guys at spring training. And if it doesn't work out with Luis Camposano, you've got Blake Hunt. You also have Rodolfo Duran and Anthony Villar, who I know nothing about as potential backup catching options for the Padres.
Yep. So, again, really good signing, good price, all of it. So welcome Miguel Andújar, Miggy, our own Miggy here in San Diego.
Meanwhile, you had the other actually big signing yesterday in Major League Baseball with Framber Valdez, the top remaining free agent on the market, signing a massive 3-year, $115 million deal with the Detroit Tigers. It's the highest average annual value for a left-handed pitcher and a Latin American pitcher in baseball history. There is an opt-out after the second season, but after a very long offseason going, why aren't teams, throwing buckets of money at Framber? The Tigers threw buckets of money at Framber, more than they're going to even be paying their 2-time defending Cy Young Award winner, no matter what happens with his arbitration case, which was heard yesterday. The decision is expected today for Tarek Skubal.
I am dying to know how that went.
The question is, do they keep Skubal?
Yes.
And go Skubal Valdez at the top of the rotation, which instantly makes the Tigers a contender in the American League, or are they planning to use Valdez to replace Skubal once they trade him following the arbitration announcement today?
That's what I initially thought.
I read an article this morning that says, based on sources and everything else, no, they want to keep Skubal and Valdez together at the top and go try to win a World Series. That's what they want to do. Now, will it happen? I have no idea. Could they get overwhelmed, by a trade proposal today from the LA Dodgers once the number comes out? Or do you just say, hey, man, it's for 1 year? Yeah, okay. We lost the arbitration case. We owe him, $32 million? All right, it's a pretty penny, but we make a lot of money here, and we're going to spend it, and we're going to try to win a World Series.
How do you feel if you're Skubal?
I think you understand because it's business. Like you shouldn't have gone to arbitration anyway, and that's kind of a bummer. You were so far off. That obviously hurts. We don't know how the meeting went yesterday. Right. We have no idea what it looked like in there.
Like, is it not an awkward return to work environment? Be like, you guys were bitching about paying me 32, and then on the same day you're bitching about paying me 32, you go and give this guy 38. I feel like that's a little awkward.
A little bit, but he's such a pro, dude. He's just such a baller. And again, it's why it's unfortunate that he wasn't extended earlier. It's a bummer why it went to arbitration. All of this. I found
humor in the fact that the same day as the hearing is when they announced.
It's pretty crazy.
The crazy signing. Like you could have waited until Saturday.
Pretty crazy timing. But maybe somebody else was nipping at his heels, man. So they're gonna be interesting. But I think they're gonna roll with both of these guys. Would be my guess. That's what the report I saw this morning, and that's a pretty nasty 1-2 punch for the Detroit Tigers.
So the signing of Framber Valdez takes off the top free agent and top pitcher left on the market. The Padres, of course, are still interested. Now, there still are 4 or 5 guys who are unsigned in the starting pitching market in Fangraphs' top 20 projected WAR for this coming season, headed by Zach Gallen. Chris Bassett is on that list. Nick Martinez, old friend, on that list. Justin Verlander and Zach Littell also on that list. And then there's some lower options like Lucas Giolito and Aaron Savali who also and Max Scherzer, who remain as well. So there's still a lot of pitching out there. Will the Padres dip their toe into those waters sometime before the start of spring training? We will be following that closely.
Indeed.
All right, we will come back. Hour number 2. Don't do this. We got a Throwback Thursday moment that looking forward to.
Oh, my God.
Coming up, well, I'm not really, but coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Don't forget to tune in to 97.3 The Fan beginning next week for Sam Levitt's coverage live from Padres spring training in Peoria. Presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. As Sammy told us yesterday, we're going to have him on starting, I believe, next Tuesday for
wait.
daily segments live from Padres spring training.
I was texting with the GOAT, Jesse Agler, yesterday. He's also leaving Tuesday. He says he looks forward to hanging with us when we get out to spring training. So maybe we can grab a little dinner.
Our dance card is filling up.
Dance card is
quickly.
filling up, which is good. It's good. Yeah.
We got
excited.
3 nights.
3 nights. Well, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. Yeah. You got 2 dinners already planned. Some big names.
Who's getting number 3?
The skipper.
As I was driving out of Disneyland,
Do we-
I went
do we
right
dare?
by
Do we dare?
Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Is that still on the dance card for spring training, or can we skip that?
I'd like to do a bit where we find, I want you to pick the 5 worst restaurants that you wouldn't want to go to in Peoria. Like, put them out. And I'd like to
They
spin
don't have a Bubba Gump. in
No
Arizona.
Bubba Gump?
No,
I'd
well,
like-
should we go to Applebee's and get that cheeseburger that's like
Bro,
floating?
can we talk about that
floating
thing?
in cheese sauce?
I see this ad. It's on my Twitter all the time, and I see it on television. They're really pushing this burger that they've cut in half, and then they dip it in this skillet of queso. And I look at it and I go, dude, come on. Is there a part of you, though, that goes, looks pretty
There's
good?
always a part of it.
Always a
Yes.
part of you. It doesn't look good to me, though, when they pull it up out of the thing and it's just dripping cheese.
You know, if there's some questions on the commercial about how it looks, that in real life,
In real life,
you
the burger's a quarter of that
Good
size.
God.
You seen it, Paulie?
Yeah.
you really know it's going to be problematic.
Oh, here we go. Carlos said, oh, my kid got that burger. The cheese got cold and the burger got stuck to it.
Oh,
Holy smokes. You can see that because look at that. Anytime you get queso in a restaurant, you're like, you better eat it fast, dude, because it will be ice. I love queso. Love it. But you better get through
gotta
it.
go quick.
You got to go quick. Got to go real fast. So, yeah, you pick 5. And we'll spin Ben's
the wheel.
personal wheel of death. And we'll go there. And
But
we'll,
the question
we'll
is, if
document
that's
it.
one of those meals that we're going to go out with someone, important and
Well-
special like a Jesse Agler, you wouldn't want to subject them
Oh, no.
to a meal like that.
This will be one night. That will be the 3rd dinner. It will be Ben's nightmare meal. And we go to the place that you will spin it. And you pick. So you pick 5. You do your research. You pick
All
5.
right, I will make my list.
And then Paulie will spin it live on
I'll
the air.
actually enjoy the research
I know
that
you
goes into
will.
making that list.
I know you will. He really likes research.
Angela says, my husband loves that burger from Applebee's.
It is something. Oh, my gosh. This guy is listening in Vietnam. Well, good morning, Vietnam. Minley,
not morning
46, 47. Morning, San Diego, and 97.3 crew from Vietnam.
Hello.
Good morning.
We had a Take on Woods Vietnam movies category.
We did. It was
earlier
really
this
good.
week.
It was really
Good
good.
evening in Vietnam.
Before we get to our Throwback Thursday, nationally, today is NBA trade deadline
It
day
is.
for those who
National
celebrate.
Fart Day. I thought that's
Oh.
what you were going to do.
No, 12 noon today.
Stop.
It was quiet until a couple of days ago, and then we've had 1 million trades that have gone down. We talked yesterday about the Clippers trading James Harden to the Cavs. Last night, the Warriors acquired Kristaps Porzingis from the Atlanta Hawks for Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield, and the Wizards acquired Anthony Davis from the Dallas Mavs.
Wow.
So the old
The Luka trade.
Doncic
I
trade.
texted my Mavs fan friend yesterday and I go, how you doing, man? And he just wrote back. He goes, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
It's been a
I'm
long
tired,
year.
man.
Because it was
Dog
about
tired.
a year ago that they traded Luka
Yeah.
for Anthony Davis. Nico Williams gets fired, and now Anthony Davis isn't even there. And you're just like, what are we doing?
I did see someone
What a
tweet that they're
nightmare.
looking forward to reading in the Washington Post about the cultural impact
Yeah, no, they
of
won't.
the Anthony Davis trade on the Washington Wizards.
So sad, man. So sad. There's nothing.
That same buddy, he goes, man, he goes, F the Mavs, always F the Cowboys. He's a Texas fan. He goes, and F the Rangers. And I go, hey, they got a new manager.
Yeah, we got a new manager. We're big
I
fans.
think he's going to be okay for you guys.
Yep.
Give him a chance.
Give him a
all right?
shot.
He goes, whatever.
Today's also National Shower with a Friend Day. So do with that
Ooh.
what you will. If you have the opportunity to
Megan?
shower. Yeah. It's a mind scramble. We should get to this because this is one of my favorite moments, maybe in Ben and Wood's history. And I don't know I don't know what possessed my good friend Ben Higgins this day, but something got in there. Do you want to explain?
I can't. I'm not going to explain, but Paulie, you can explain because you know where the clip starts.
I don't really know how we got into
You
this,
don't even
to be
know
honest.
I don't remember the
I
context.
don't know the context. I just know that you took this and ran with it, and it was a Ben-splaining 101.
Yeah, it's just weird to me that there's a.
Well, it shouldn't be weird. I mean, like, he's like a submissive. You've seen that, right? In like
what?
Like S&M, that, you know, in that subculture, you have like a dominant and a submissive, and there are people who like to be ordered around or bossed around when it comes to their, you know, play fantasies. Just stop talking. That's a real thing. That's a it's not even, that's like a healthy, sometimes psychological way you can separate it. Oftentimes, like, powerful people, like CEOs, will enjoy,
Oh my God,
like, not having control for a while in their life. I mean, I don't have any personal experience.
That's what I was. You sound, because you're speaking as if you're the foremost authority on doms and submissives. He asked. I mean, to answer your question, yes, I
like to be informed on subjects.
So, care to explain? What was that? 2 years ago?
that was 2024. Yeah, this week, 2 years ago.
I think we were talking about Pulp Fiction,
Right?
and I think the GIMP always is
You like
fascinating.
to bring up that scene.
It's the most fascinating scene. It makes no sense that it's in that movie. And I was arguing, I guess, against the GIMP. And Ben's like, no, that's totally normal. I said, oh, is it? And I guess in the circles.
You hear me talking, hillbilly boy?
I guess in your circles, yes, it would be a little bit normal. My favorite was him saying, oftentimes people in power, you know, like CEOs, they will be submissive because they're not in control. How do you know this? Did you watch Billions?
Research.
I watched Billions.
I did not watch Billions.
No? What kind of research?
I don't
You
really
reading-
remember. Google.
You better
things.
start
rabbit
remembering.
holes. You know?
Sexy books? What kind of rabbit holes are you in?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did I
You
did not
reading
read
50
Shades of Grey? I never read the book, but I mean, there's a movie as well. I know. It's
I bet you do
fairly
know.
main for a, you know, for a sub. It's fairly mainstream now.
It is.
You know, at
It
this
is.
point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did we decide which way you leaned?
I don't think we really got that personal.
Oh, did we
Well,
not?
Let's dive in.
I mean, we're here. We're ringing it
No,
up.
we did talk about it a little bit. Paulie talked about it. I remember.
What did Paulie say?
Then what?
Yeah, you said you would be willing to experiment a little bit.
Oh, is this when we did the?
Yeah.
Didn't we take? We took an online test of
Yeah.
like
Yes. Your
kinks.
proclivities. Yes.
And Paulie and I both were a little more leaning toward that experimentation.
Which
than you
one?
were.
I think I said I was fine with either.
Yeah,
What was I not in favor?
you weren't
of?
as in. You weren't as into it. I don't think.
How do you know?
I think you.
Which
on
one?
the test.
Dominant or
sub?
submissive?
Either. I mean, Paulie, as he said,
Doesn't sound like me.
intrigued both ways.
Hmm. Nathan says, "What are we doing?" It's a great question. It's a great question that you ask. That moment for me, I just remember looking at him, going, "Oh, he's not stopping." Dominic says, "Quit saying Dom."
Not talking about you, Dom.
Oh, my neck.
Don't worry.
My neck. Oh, wow. Well, I thought you did such a good job at it, at explaining it to the layman
He's
out
like
there.
a submissive. You've seen that, right? The
Yes.
in like
What?
like S&M, that
Mhm.
you know, in that subculture, you have like a
Right.
dominant and a submissive. And
Uh-huh. Sure. Okay.
I'm very uncomfortable
Keep
even
going.
talking and listening to myself.
Keep going.
Oh,
Yeah, I keep it up.
That, you know, in that subculture, you have like a dominant and a
My face.
submissive, and there are people who like to be ordered around or bossed around when it comes to their, you know, play fantasies. That's a real thing.
I know.
That's a it's not even, that's like a healthy, sometimes psychological way you can separate it. Oftentimes, like, powerful people, like CEOs, will enjoy,
my God,
like, not having control for a while in their
happening?
life.
Will
I
you
don't
ask?
have any personal experience.
Will
with
you
it,
ask?
but-
Will you ask Eric Grubner the next time we have him on? Since he's like to talk about CEOs and whatnot.
As
So-
we started the show today, you know me. I'm not into shaming.
no,
I don't think you should feel shamed by your legs.
Yet I do.
People should also not feel ashamed by normal,
no,
you know.
I definitely wasn't shaming anyone. Just the fact that you popped your head up like Punxsutawney Phil and was like, "Hey, I'm going to explain subs and doms to our listening audience."
Woods probably doesn't know about these.
I think that's what got me the most.
Well,
the prognosticator of prognosticators over here.
You know what my true fetish is.
Yes, I do.
Explaining things.
Yeah. Oh my God. And being lauded for your sports takes.
vast,
if you could have-
vast sports knowledge.
If you could have a woman sit at your feet and just let you explain basketball things, or that would be it. That's his whole kink, right
I
there.
truly do.
That's it.
Love
He loves it.
explaining things.
And I like when you do it because you usually do a really good job. And I thought you did a good job on
And it's
this.
not mansplaining because I will do
No.
it to everybody.
Yeah, he'll do it to everyone.
Yeah.
No, he does it to everyone and anyone.
Equal opportunity explainer.
100%. That's why
Right
we
here.
came up with Ben-splaining. And it was just one of my favorite moments on this program.
That was just a perfect example of a little bit of Ben-splaining going on.
That Instagram reel that we put up, I've watched it 7,000 times. I mean, it's got a lot of views because it's mostly me watching it over and over and over and over. I think it's so funny. And you did such a great job.
I just want to make sure that our tier ones are never felt left out.
Never.
Like they don't understand like what's going on in a conversation.
Right.
I like to be inclusive. I like
Yes.
to bring everybody in. And the way I do that is generally by over explaining.
Yes, 100%.
What's going on?
100%. Satan's Blowfish says, if he's not explaining, he's dying. That's exactly right. Yeah. If he ever, I'll know that depression has hit you when you stop explaining things
It's
to
a true
me.
compulsion. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm
You're
not
dying to.
if I'm not explaining something, I am stuffing it back in. Like, don't.
You're
don't
explaining.
explain it, don't
You're
explain it.
You're explaining right now.
I'm in turn. Yes.
Yes. You're literally explaining how you explain.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Yeah, you're a wealth of knowledge, my friend. And
Unbelievable.
I'm very turned on by your vast sports knowledge.
Thank you.
Very turned on.
Thank you. All right, let's take a time out. We will come back, and Don't Do This is our next segment. I had an incident at Super Bowl Radio Row, apparently
Indeed.
involving
People still go to Radio Row.
some people with former San Diego Chargers connections.
Oh, this was wild.
We will get into that story, and the upset of the year in college basketball is going to make our Do This segment. All coming up next. Quick timeout with Ben and Woods. Back with more live from the Bill House Studios. We Know How on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail.
Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it,
And enjoy it.
I will start in the world of hockey. If you're a hockey fan, you probably already know the name Gavin McKenna. He is expected to be the first overall pick in the NHL draft this June. Currently attends Penn State, was a Canadian junior hockey star before switching over for reportedly about $700,000 in NIL money. Didn't know that was available in college hockey, but fairly big up in Pennsylvania. In fact,
How much?
$700,000.
Damn.
There goes college hockey.
Now, they take their college hockey seriously. In fact, on January 31st, they played an outdoor game at Penn State's Beaver Stadium with 74,575 fans.
What's it called?
Beaver Stadium.
The Penn State Beavers?
No, they're the Nittany Lions, but they play at Beaver Stadium.
Why?
I assume Mr. and Mrs. Beaver made a large donation at some point, but I don't really know. Beaver Stadium. That's what it's called. I didn't name the stadium. So he had a goal and a couple of an assist in an overtime loss in that game. But then afterwards, on January 31st, went to a bar and apparently got in a fight and punched a guy in the face.
Jesus.
And as a result of that, he's been charged with felony aggravated assault and other accounts, according to Pennsylvania Magisterial District Court documents. 18 years old. Thank you, Lieutenant Drebin. Beaver Stadium. It's what it's always been called. Do you not watch Penn State football at all?
I swear to God, I didn't know.
I don't know that I did.
I really didn't.
Happy Valley. They call it Happy Valley, but technically it's Beaver Stadium.
All right. That drop is unreal. Jay on my old show used to play that drop. Like if I was saying something that he considered was like feminine, he would play that drop.
Nice beaver.
I'd be like, no, I didn't feel like working out. I was too tired or something. He would play that. I'm like, God, dude, just used to murder me with that drop. Kill me.
No comment from McKenna's team.
His people.
Don't know that this is going to affect his prospects.
College kid gets in a bar fight. Hockey player
gets into
How
a
would
bar
you mess
fight.
with a hockey player? Don't mess with guys. All right. This was pretty crazy out at. Now, speaking of messing with guys, out at Radio Row yesterday, apparently Ryan Leaf, former Chargers quarterback, verbally accosted Dr. David Chow right there on Radio Row. And it's been pretty well documented. Ryan Leaf is not the biggest Dr. Chow fan. He's been open about it on Twitter. Doesn't like him. Thinks that he actually sued him for negligence in treating Ryan Leaf's injuries when he was the Chargers team physician and Ryan was the quarterback.
I don't know the story. I mean, I've had, known Doc Chow for a while, going back to when he worked for the Chargers, and he clearly was very close with that core group of Chargers, like Junior Seau, obviously. And Ryan Leaf was not popular amongst Chargers veterans.
Correct.
So, I assume Ryan Leaf saw him as the enemy, as he did many of the other Chargers players back in the day when he was a, top draft pick, came in, failed spectacularly with the Chargers, a lot due to his own doing, and became kind of shunned by the Chargers players. And Dr. Chow was part of that group.
Yeah, for sure. And apparently, Ryan Leaf just got in his face and started chewing him out right there on Radio Row, right out in public, and talking about, mentioning, Junior Seau and things like that, like, and dropped a couple F-bombs, F-U, and I mean, Ryan Leaf's still a big dude, like very big dude.
Yeah.
Dr. Chow, not a big dude
I
at
wonder
all.
how often that stuff happens at like football, Radio Row or anything, any big football.
Any
because
beefs?
these are guys that like, you can't just assume they all liked each other.
Oh,
or
I know.
they all moved on or whatever.
I
Like some of these guys probably actually genuinely don't like each other.
He did say, he's not gonna press charges or anything like that. Ryan Leaf got it out. They were yelling at each other, or he was yelling at Dr. Chow. Got it out. He said, "I'm not going to report it to anyone." So it didn't get physical. It was just words.
Awkward.
Yeah, very awkward.
Very
scene,
awkward
out there at Radio Row.
By the way, Beaver Stadium is named after former Pennsylvania Governor James Beaver.
Nice beaver.
Thank you, James Beaver. Thanks. I just had it
know the
stuffed.
history. All right,
so good.
finally a little do this. Beaver Stadium.
DD mega doo-doo.
Mr. Plow in the chat says, Ben, before you talk about this, there's no reason to be talking about my Gonzaga Bulldogs bleeping the bed last night on the San Diego radio show. Not so much the Gonzaga angle, although it was probably the biggest upset of the year in college basketball.
Plow, many people are saying it's the biggest upset in history ever. Let that sit with you.
Portland Pilots, who were plodding along with a 10-14 record and a 3-8 record in the West Coast Conference, usually fodder for teams like Gonzaga and St. Mary's, had lost 30 straight games against AP top 10 teams. Somehow pulled off a massive upset last night of the Bulldogs, 87-80. Crowd going crazy there in Portland. Their coach, Shante Leggins, was actually injured in practice earlier this week. He was playing on the scout team to help the starter. He went
Portland's
out there.
was?
Yeah, so he was actually on one of those like knee brace little roller scooters on the sideline coaching his team
that's awful.
during the game, which I saw some of the highlights. I wasn't watching the game, but they just like everything was going right. It was one of those games where just everything was going right for Portland. One of those weird things that happens every once in a while in basketball. I don't know what the point spread was going into the game, but I've got to imagine that Portland was double-digit underdogs to Gonzaga in a game like that.
First ever win over a top 10 opponent for Portland.
Yep.
And it's their first win versus any ranked opponent in 12 years.
Wow, man.
Like
That's huge.
Just played a video on the stream in the background there, and like the kids didn't even like know how to properly storm
they
the
couldn't
court.
process it.
They were like, wait, is it over? Like, did this really happen? Are we allowed to go out there?
It does look a little bit awkward and a little bit like, should we?
That's the definition of a court storming opportunity. Portland beating Gonzaga like that.
Is this worse than Troy?
Yeah, this is a bigger upset than San Diego State losing to Troy.
Sorry, Zags.
Troy's still
they're not
hanging
great,
on. They're like around 100 in the net. They're not like a nothing team. Gonzaga had won 141 straight games against teams with losing records.
Good God. 22.5 point underdog.
22 and a half.
There's not a soul that bet on them last night, right? Like, not a soul. Holy cow. Plus 2,000 Portland money line. That's amazing.
Should be more.
It should be more,
honestly.
actually. Yeah. Holy cow. Well, thank you.
But it's the last trip Gonzaga is going to make. Obviously, they're leaving the West Coast Conference next year to join the new Pac-12 with San Diego State and others. So a little going away president from the Portland Pilots over the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
That's a huge one.
It was.
Sorry, Plow.
And that's Don't and Do This for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the Padres' potential sale and potential new owners. Set the stage for our guest who's coming up at 9 o'clock today, Evan Novi-Williams, who writes for Sportico about two new names that have popped up in a potential sale of the San Diego Padres. We'll go through that coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Before we do that, though, I want to tell you about Prize Picks. We're just a couple of days away. Big game on Sunday, and it's your last chance if you're a football fan to set Prize Picks lineups for football season until next fall. It's very easy to play. You're just picking against the numbers. So in football, you're looking at some of the names this weekend, like Cooper Kupp, receiving yards, touchdowns. You're just picking more or less. You can even pick the same player, different stats, and put them in the same lineup. It's called stacking. If you have like a player in particular you want to follow, it's a fun way to do it, and it's very easy to use. And when you get started this week, make sure you take advantage of the max discount during the big game. Live in the app right now, Drake May, quarterback, needs just one passing yard for the max discount to win. Just add Drake May along with another player in your lineup, and you can start winning right there with Prize Picks. It's easy to get your account started. They take Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, other forms of payment. And when you do download the Prize Picks app, use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup at Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We're just talking a little college basketball in our Don't Do This segment, and to see some people in the chat discussing it. So why don't we just mention it right now? But I did see the news this morning that a very notable Aztecs fan, Chet Carney, passed away. Chet, if you don't know, you probably, if you watch San Diego State basketball games, saw him. He was visible, loud, enthusiastic, often wore the hard hat,
yeah.
and you could hear him throughout Viejas Arena. He'd go 1, 2, 3, and everyone would go Aztecs. Paul,
It's
you're
awesome.
an alum.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a San Diego State basketball game without seeing Chet right there on the floor, leading the show and the fans and a lot of cheers. He was a very passionate Aztec supporter over the years.
Yeah, I never got to meet him, but he was a presence at Aztec games for sure, and he's going to be very, very missed.
Well, you know how we do it on this program.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Yeah, I never met Chet personally either, but I know he was an important part of the San Diego State and Aztecs family. So sad loss for that supporter section. And Aztecs return to action on Saturday. Of course, they'll play out Air Force in their next game this season, but hopefully they can dedicate a win or something to Chet Carney.
100%.
Yeah.
They go do something for him at the next home game, which is when? The next home game
The next home game won't be for another week.
Okay,
A
yeah,
week
they got a
from
little time
Saturday, so
off.
They got some time.
Bye week.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do something on the screen or something.
Oh, yeah.
A moment
Guaranteed.
for Chet in that game when they return home to Viejas Arena. All right, let's take a quick check of traffic. And on the other side, new names emerging in the late stages, perhaps, of the Padres sale. And I think the fact that the names are emerging late is of significance here, because we talked about Joe Lacob, but what about some other people who could be involved in the bidding? We'll get to that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report supports a fentanyl-free America, brought to you by the San Diego DEA. Couple things to mention here. Westbound King Freeway past College Grove, crash blocking the fast lane. Also reports of an encampment or brush fire near the 43rd Street on-ramp to northbound 805. On the coastline, northbound 5, just past Las Pulgas, there's a collision involving a car and a big rig. They're over to the right shoulder. Families laughing, parents cheering, futures filled with hope. The American dream is possible when our country is fentanyl-free. Protect communities, prevent fentanyl overdoses, and support those impacted. Learn how to protect your loved ones from fentanyl at dea.gov/fentanyl-free. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So we mentioned yesterday reading Kevin Acey's piece in the UT, and we had some of our own reporting on it. The Joe Lacob was one of the names that was definitely involved, had visited Petco Park, met with ownership, and, was at least interested in purchasing the San Diego Padres. Don't know any details beyond that, but as Acey said, he was the only name clearly linked. But we have a couple of more names now based on some reporting from Sportico. Reporter Eben Novi-Williams, who's going to join us, Evan Novi-Williams, who's going to join us later today, mentioned a couple of other people who have been connected to the potential sale of the San Diego Padres. And I believe these are separate potential owners, although they have something very similar in common. Both Dan Friedkin and Jose E. Feliciano both own Premier League soccer teams. One of them, I believe, is Chelsea. That's Feliciano. And the other is Everton, which is Friedkin. And both have apparently expressed interest potentially in purchasing the Padres. Woods.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday, and listen, I it's a weird position. You're like, hell yeah, Joe Lacob, man, owns the Warriors. That's awesome. And you look at his net worth, you're like, hell yeah, couple $1 billion, awesome. You look at these guys' net worth, you're like, Jesus, all right, this guy's worth $10 billion, and this guy's worth, what's the other one worth?
Four and a half
right? And you're like,
yeah.
You're like, oh, okay. Now we're in a little different echelon there. I don't know who it's going to be, but it sounds like any one of these three you look at and you go, all right, these guys could probably handle the rigors of owning a baseball team.
No excuses not to.
Correct. And we have a lot of tier ones out there too, and friends of mine I follow on Twitter. The Everton fans were like, yes, let's do this, and then the Chelsea fans were like, yes, let's do this, and then Chelsea fans were like, not Everton, and Everton fans were like, not Chelsea. So I don't know what to think. I just know out of the three, the wealthiest is Dan Friedkin. And also Dan Friedkin was born in San Diego, got some San Diego ties. I don't know if you guys know this about San Diego. We love people with San Diego ties, especially if you're born here. That's like the next level. If you're born, if you're born and raised here, you're made. Like in the mafia.
You got the upper hand.
You got the upper hand.
So, yeah, don't know a ton about Feliciano, other than, owns Chelsea, which is a major, that's an upper echelon Premier League team. Puerto Rican businessman. I have no idea what, if any, connections he has to San Diego or the Padres. But as you mentioned with Friedkin, was born in San Diego. Doesn't necessarily mean he was a diehard Padres fan.
It's true.
But his grandfather, so he has some major, obviously, business connection. You don't get to be a billionaire without some. His grandfather founded Pacific Southwest Airlines, the old PSA. And if you don't know PSA, if you were growing up here, they were like the Southwest back when I was a kid, and like the 70s and 80s had the planes with the smiley face.
I don't remember this at all.
A lot of like a regional jet. And then got absorbed. I don't know if Southwest or one of the other airlines eventually purchased them or they folded in. And then his dad founded like a major Toyota dealership ownership group in like across the country. So consolidating like two major fortunes into becoming a billionaire. But as a billionaire, from the limited research that I've done, Dan Friedkin seems to be kind of a pretty cool billionaire. He pursues interests like hotels, sports teams, environmentalism seems to be a big focus for Friedkin as well, things that he has devoted a lot of his wealth to. So, I don't know a ton about him, and I'm not going to make any promises. Oh, this would be the greatest owner you could possibly get. But as you said, Woods, he's worth plenty of money, which is a good place to start. Has San Diego connections, which is not a bad thing. And seems to enjoy spending his money on things that make him happy, like sports teams and hotel chains and other, things that he finds exciting and interesting. Environmentalism, got some passion for things. So I don't know. To me, that's an intriguing name that came out in this week.
Big time. And he has a production studio, and they actually
movies. He's into movies.
They produced the Flowers of the Killer Moon, which is an incredible film.
Parasite. He was involved in the promotion, like a promotion house as well. So movies and the environment, sports, travel, hotels. If I was a billionaire, I'd probably be interested in a lot or all of those things as well.
Yeah, fair enough. He owns the largest collection of vintage military warplanes in the country as well. So he's a aviation enthusiast.
Well, makes sense coming from the PSA family.
Yep. So interesting. Very, very, what did I say? Killers of the Flower Moon. Isn't that what I said?
You did.
Yeah.
And I said Parasite. Which
Yeah,
you also
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, again, I know nothing about these dudes. I don't know what kind of guys they are. Don't know what their reputations are. I know they have a lot of money. I would prefer an owner with a lot of money. I think most Padre fans would. And again, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those guys as far as, reputations that I've just read on the surface so far.
I guess the only curiosity I'd really have is like, how active are they as owners?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
are they the Jerry Jones, Steve Cohen type?
Sure.
Or are they the type to, we're the Brinks truck, but we let other people
Yeah,
kind of make those decisions? I don't know. I don't know which is the better one of those, by the way.
It's a good point. And like Michelle says in the chat, does he like baseball? Right. Like, do you like baseball?
Peter Seidler loved
he loved
baseball, and he was involved, and it was, I think fun for him in a way.
Yes. Oh, God.
It was also a business for sure.
But he loved the game.
But
he loved the game.
guys like Mark Cuban, Jerry Jones, Steve Cohen, like those guys are involved and they like doing that.
Yes.
Is it good? I don't really know. I think you could probably argue either way.
They've all been pretty successful.
For the most part.
They've been
relevant for sure.
Pretty successful and very
but is
relevant.
that better than the guy that's just the quiet owner? You never hear from him once every couple of years. I don't know.
Ray Darko says Feliciano's on the board of directors for the LA 28 Olympics.
Okay.
Had not heard that. Of course, we just had the news this week that the LA 20 Olympics are coming to San Diego and Snapdragon Stadium for soccer matches as well. So
if you're Joe Lacob and you were in on this a while ago, and then these two guys come in and they start kicking the tires, you're like, right. But again, it's a tough decision to make. Will it just go to the highest bidder? I'm assuming it will. The valuations in that article, Ben, had the Padres pretty high, right? I mean,
higher than what we had yesterday.
Higher than what we had.
Forbes. Sportico said like 2.3.
2.31. The record sale price for an MLB franchise is $2.42 billion for Steve Cohen's purchase of the Mets in 2020. Now that's 6 years later.
Padres would like to set a new record.
They would love to set a new record. $2.43 billion.
If they're estimated at 2.3 and they have multiple bidders, I don't know how they don't break that record.
Dude, I know.
Didn't it? Was it was the AC or the
what did I throw out
Sportico?
yesterday? Like between 2.6 and 3.3, somewhere in there is what I'm kind of expecting. I think they will set, which is crazy to think about that. The San Diego Padres will set the record for the highest valued sale of a baseball team of all time.
Yeah, and I mean,
now
then,
a lot of that.
Then the next team will set the new record.
Probably break that.
Probably.
Not saying that they are worth more than the Mets or the Yankees or the Dodgers. They're not. But those teams haven't been for sale. The Mets most recently set the record in 2020. Yankees haven't been sold since George Steinbrenner bought them for, $10 million in the 1970s. The Dodgers obviously, picked up the team out of the distressed sale of the Frank McCourt bankruptcy. So, but that's the only time they've been sold since Frank McCourt bought them.
I can't remember if it was the Sportico or the AC article, but one of them said like the team sources familiar with the ongoing say that the team expects to sell. The Seidlers expect to sell for more than what it's valued at.
Sure. Feliciano, who co-founded Clear Lake, has become a more prominent sports investor in the last few years. Clear Lake provided a large portion of the funding for the $3.16 billion purchase of English soccer giant Chelsea in 22, and now has more than $90 billion under management.
No, that's not necessarily their money, but they're managing that kind of money.
That's what's Guggenheim managing? Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars? Good Lord. Feliciano was close to buying a minority stake in the Chargers 2 years ago. We won't hold that against him.
Guggenheim manages over $350 billion.
Mamacita. Yeah, let's get
Good God.
Let's get in that window.
You don't need to make a lot of interests or fees on $300+ billion to start raking in the money.
Correct.
Yeah.
So interesting, man.
Oh, by the way, a lot of people pointing out the San Diego connection, of course, to PSA is the famous 1978 plane crash in which a PSA jet went down in North Park. You can still see the site. It was on its way from, I think, Sacramento to San Diego, and
Wow,
collided midair.
God.
Went down right there by the 805 North Park University Avenue exit. I think there's still like a memorial or a plaque there. Huge loss of life. Was one of the major stories in San Diego in the late
135 people.
1970s, the worst air disaster in San Diego history. Obviously doesn't really matter who owned the airline at the time. It wasn't a mechanical failure. It was a collision with another jet. But that is PSA's biggest claim to fame in San Diego, unfortunately.
I do wonder when this will be locked up, and how high the bidding is going to go. So look, these three names that you hear, I think that's a reason to get excited. I do. I think for Padre fans, that's a reason to be, okay, man, there's a lot of interest in our baseball team, and it needs to go to the right person in the right hands, and they have to, be committed to winning and all of that. So you can make the case, I think, for any one of these guys.
Peter, and you've heard it from Sheila as well, since his passing, like they viewed their ownership of the Padres as they were stewards of the Padres to the city of San Diego.
Right.
And I hope a lot of team owners feel that same way, whether they express it or not. But I really hope that the new owners would continue that. You know what I mean? Like, this is San Diego's team. You're just in the driver's seat.
Obviously, when you own the team, you can have whatever attitude you want. But doesn't it make sense if you are a new owner that you would want to come in and pick up where Peter Seidler had left off? Seeing the success he has had in building a loyal fan base, why would you ever want to do anything else other than continue that? Anything you do differently risks all the goodwill that Peter Seidler built up, but you can easily keep that goodwill by operating in a very similar way to Peter did. Care for San Diego, want to put a winning product on the field, surprise people with some big signings, and Padres fans will continue to pack Petco Park.
It's a different thing altogether for Padres fans, and I don't know that any other franchise is the same. Like, when the Dallas Cowboys get sold, Cowboy fans will rejoice, right? They will rejoice. We are trying to fill the void of an already phenomenal owner. That doesn't happen. When Bob Nutting says, "I'm done, I'm out," Pirates fans will like flood the streets. The Orioles last year, when they sold, their fans were elated. This is different entirely. You're coming in to a different situation where it's like, hey, we didn't really trust a lot of ownership until, these guys, and you better hold that trust. So that's a different level of ownership. Usually you're replacing a turd, right? And you walk in the door and you're like, here I am to save the day.
This would be different if it was the Rays or something.
Yes.
Like, hey, new stadium. We're slashing these guys. We're getting a new team.
It's just different.
Doing things different. You don't want to screw up too much.
I do believe, though, that at some point in the last decade, that there has been a turning point. That in the past, I talked about George Steinbrenner buying the Yankees for $10 million. In the past, you had owners who were looking like, that looks like a pretty good deal. I can buy this sports franchise for $82 million, and it might be worth $500 million in a few years. And I don't have to spend a ton of money on it. I can just, squeeze out some profits and stuff. You don't see that necessarily anymore. Sports franchises cost so much money now that you're not finding people who get into that necessarily as a way to make a quick buck.
No.
Those guys who bought in, the Bob Nuttings of the world.
That was years ago.
They don't have access. That was years ago. They don't have access to teams anymore. They just don't have the capital and the funding to do it.
Don't have the sway.
Now it's a lot of, investment partnership groups, which is, yes, they're trying to make money, but at the same time, they already have so much money that, they look at this as more of a crown jewel, and they want to win when they buy these things.
I sure hope so.
That's not just squeeze every dollar out of it.
Priority one, my friend.
By the way, again, we will talk to Evan Novi-Williams from Sportico, who wrote about both of these potential Padres new owners in the sale process, coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play some Real or Fake. It's a Throwback Thursday, so you'll have an opportunity to qualify and win some Guns N' Roses tickets. And we will also be giving away in the second half of the program more Padres spring training tickets that you can pick whatever day you want to go out and check out a Padres game at the Peoria Sports Complex. So all coming up in the last 2 hours of Ben and Woods. More on the way. We'll reset the show. Hour number 3 is coming up next. Don't go away. It's Ben and Woods, live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Excited to be here with all of you lovely people. However you choose to consume Ben and Woods, we certainly appreciate it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We don't really want to go get real jobs out there in the real workforce. I like it here.
Scary.
I'm very comfortable here. I love this. It's very fun to talk to you guys, you too, and everyone out there listening as well.
I mean, if someone wants me to manage $300 billion worth of investments,
You think you
so
can
I can
do
buy
it?
a baseball team. Oh, I didn't say I was qualified to do so.
What are you qualified for now?
Nothing.
At this, right? Exactly. We've really backed ourselves into a corner here. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer, the chairman Ben Higgins. Yeah, look, what would you do?
It's scary to think about, honestly.
Well, of course, you saw what happened at the Washington Post yesterday. They just obliterated their entire sports section. Now, the good news is we had a brief conversation with our boss not too long ago, and he said, "Look, guys, Odyssey is really committed to sports. They're very committed to sports, and that makes me happy because guess what we do? We do sports sometimes. Sometimes. we do sports. Right." But they're very committed to that, and so that makes me it gives me puts me a little bit more at ease. But yeah, what happens? They just say, you know what, we're not doing. We're just
Have you ever thought about what job you would like to do potentially in retirement?
Yeah, consult.
Consult.
I'll consult my ass off.
Like a radio consultant?
100%.
You want to be one of those guys?
But a good one.
Are you going to monetize that, or are you just going to
No, I'm going to do it for free. Yes, I'm going to monetize it.
Heart?
No, I'm going to monetize it. I'm going to monetize the hell out of it. I should start doing it now as a side gig. I hear some of that. I told you when I was out sick, driving around listening to morning radio, a lot of people need our help.
I've kind of pictured myself in my 70s or something as one of those golf course marshals that drives around
1,000%
in the cart, making sure the pace of play is going okay. I could be one of those cool marshals that brings like cookies or something that they give to players as they drop by.
What about the tee? What do you call that guy? The starter.
Starter at the tee sheet.
It's pretty stressful.
That's a little maybe too much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either because you got three guys that are there and you got the next foursome waiting and one guy is lagging.
Right.
He's not there yet. And
I don't need that aggravation.
He's just a wreck, dude. I would be a wreck to be a starter at a golf course if I was an old
I'm sure
older
there
guy.
are some awkward moments for the marshal. Like, hey, you guys are a hole and a half behind the group in front of you. You
get
need
it
to
together.
Rate of play.
Rate of
play.
Rate of
play. You're gonna have people behind you aren't gonna finish before sunset. If you guys don't start picking up the pace a little bit, let's go.
I don't think you'd be a good marshal. Just to say it. I'm sorry. I don't think you're assertive enough.
I need to be meaner.
Yeah,
More dominant.
I've never really met a cool marshal, to be honest with you, because they're not supposed to be.
I only meet cool marshals because I play really
You play fast. Yeah,
so they're
that's
more
fair.
than happy with my pace of play.
I can't tell you the panic I get when those guys drive by and they start eyeballing me, man. I'm like,
Fine. I'll pick up the range balls in that
in
cart,
the machine?
In the machine and drive around the range in the cage with the machine. And
the fact that you act like number one you would be considered manual labor, right?
Yes.
Right. Like number one, the fact that you think you could maneuver that thing is maybe the most absurd thing you've ever said. Yeah. I don't see. You're like, I'm not going out there in the hot sun to gather golf balls and hose them down or whatever. Like, there's just no way. You've never lifted a finger in your whole life. You're going to start in retirement.
Them to a gleaming shine.
You're going to start in retirement your life of manual labor and service. I don't see it. I just don't see it at all. I really don't. I think you're going to be on Channel 10 and the radio for the rest of your life.
I also agree with that.
I really do.
Yes.
You'll find a way.
As long as they'll have me.
Yeah.
I think I'm sticking around.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, I don't. I try not to think. I mean, I try not to think about years down the road. Of course you do. But I just don't know what I would want to do. If this ended today, I don't know what I would do. I really don't.
I think about it all the time.
I do too.
I'm much, much younger than you guys even. And it's still, you're like, all right, what's the next move?
What's the next thing?
All right. So for the last, 12 years, I've worked in AM and FM radio. I don't know what that qualifies me for.
A podcast. Actually, that's what it podcast.
Graduate to podcasting.
Graduate to podcasting. Yeah. Because in podcasting, there's nobody telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. So that's the big allure of podcasting.
If only we could do that every day here.
I mean, we literally just talked about subs and DOMs. So I don't know. I don't know how much more free.
That was 7 a.m. prime time.
I don't know how much more free it could be here, right? We talk about sandwiches and cheese and bread and hair and deodorant, farts. I mean, you name it. Talk about it whatever we want.
We do.
But I don't know, Paulie. Like, for me, I'm 50 years old. I just want to do this till I'm done. But my wife's not going to want, she's not going to want me hanging around the house and retire. Remember, she's younger than me. She's not going to want me hanging around the house, which, by the way, that's what I would do. I would hang around the house, wait for my kids to get out of school. That's what I do. I might play some golf then, but I think she would even have a problem with that if I was retired.
You've thought about starting a business before.
I have. I've thought about starting some businesses before. It may work. It may not. I just don't know. And do I really want to put in the 19 to 20 hour days to start my own business?
That's a heavy grind to start starting any business.
You guys, I don't understand insurance. You think I'm going to go run a business and know how to pay taxes and
handle payroll
and scheduling? I don't know how to do
Excel. You can hire people to do that, but all of a sudden that's eating into your business.
Eats into my money.
I'll say this.
You need to hire so many people to handle things for you.
Working for, Stephen Woods LLC or whatever, they would have the best first aid kit in San Diego.
There's no question.
It'd be like a shopping center.
Cintas. Your wife texted me last night. She said she was like
convulsing. She thought it was the
funniest thing ever that I go pillage the Cintas thing here.
She goes, does he do that often? And I go, pretty much every day. I think.
That's garbage. I
feel like you do it fairly often.
I was like, he goes to the bathroom about 6 times a morning, and I would say 1 out of every 6. You stop on the way to the bathroom or on the way back from the
right
bathroom.
There.
It's not true.
The case is right there.
You'll just stand and stare at it.
You're tempted by it.
You just look inside.
I take that back. I will get they have lens cleaners, so I clean my glasses with it and my cell phone. I do that a few times a week.
That's for emergency lens cleaning. That's not just for run of the mill every day lens cleaning. That's
what do you mean? There's a million of them.
That's when you're about to die.
There's so much gunk on my lenses
cleaner. Then you go to the emergency box.
I
Otherwise, clean your lenses on your own time, on your own dime.
Carlos, good call. Woods Medical Supply Company to do that. I told you guys, Cintas. I said yesterday I would go work for them. I really believe in their product. I really believe in it.
I'd send them that clip from yesterday, and you're in.
I'd be the guy. They wouldn't send me out to install it because there's no way it would stay. If I installed it, I'd install it into the drywall and not the stud, and it would fall. But I could go out and
show the new product,
maintain it, and fill it. Maybe I'll bring. Yeah, I got it. I'll bring you by some new eye wash.
And like I said yesterday, it's one of the things weirdly that offends me the most about you.
Why?
That you raid the company medicine cabinet.
Out of all the offensive things I do, that's what gets you. Is it because you don't think I should stick it to the man, or is it?
Those are emergency use. I just feel like it's for emergency use only. It should have an alarm on it. If someone opens it up, an alarm starts going off because something obviously horrible has happened.
Or at least
you guys need to go
such a hard on about
aid kit.
The Cintas board. Am I taking food off your table when you get bonus if there's more stuff in there? I don't understand why you care.
I don't care. It's just a funny observation.
It's right there.
Dave, have you ever opened the first aid kit?
The Cintas first aid.
Dave, you've never gone in there. What goes in there every single day to get stuff?
There's
it's his own personal medicine cabinet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think I want to do a deep dive now. I want to poll everyone in the building and be like, how many times a week do you go to the first aid kit?
I love it. I picked up my little league gear the other day, the catcher's gear, and I got 2 first aid kits in my bag, and they're both wrapped. And I'm like,
one for you, one for the team.
I just want to open it and see what's in there. I am low key obsessed with it. I have a first aid kit in my car that is in the back, it's velcroed to the wall. I've gone through that maybe like 100 times. Maybe this is my kink.
Oh.
This is my kink.
You know what? Maybe during the break, I'm going to go take a look. Maybe they have a corn remover for my.
Please stop talking about your corn. Your corn. Why do they call it that? Is it a bunion? Is it different?
Because it looks like a kernel of corn,
Let me see it.
essentially.
I want to see it now.
I don't know.
The one time he doesn't wear flip-flops in here with his...
How do you get it off? It's like a pumice stone?
Yeah, pumice stone.
I can't really see it because it's on the outside of the little toe right here. It hurts like heck when you touch it. I wouldn't touch it. It might be... Ow!
I told you not to touch it.
I need some.
It's painful.
I need some tweezers. I just want to pull whatever that is out.
It's not tweezers. It's medication. Actually, what they said is it's salicylic acid, which is I think the ingredient aspirin, like in those pads, or, and this is gross, urea solution is what dissolves the corn.
What is that? Urine?
Mm-hmm. Like the chemical in urine. Is what is if you soak it in enough of that will cause it to dissolve.
I love that we just 5 minutes ago, by the way, said we can talk about whatever we want.
You're really telling me that if it gets so bad, you can get the vomit pan from the kitchen and fill it up the other way, and then just dunk your foot in your own.
Yeah, and just soak it in there is actually.
That's so good.
I'll do anything.
Actually one of
anything.
It's one of the treatment methods for the corn.
Hey, just by the by, you can try the stuff you can get at CVS. I would just soak in my own urine if I were you, and it will just knock it out.
It's what we call the home remedy.
Are you kidding me? That's a real thing?
This is all based on my own internet research, which I agree is problematic sometimes. Don't do your own medical research at home, but
all right, maybe tomorrow. It says here to get rid of corns, soak your feet in warm water to soften the skin, then gently file the corn with a pumice stone or a foot file. If I come in tomorrow with a foot file or
gently being the key word,
there's a nugget. There's a little nugget in it, and I think if we get tweezers and pull the nugget, I think it'll be better.
Well,
That's what I want to
tweezers
do.
are involved in any of this process.
Will you scrape it off his foot tomorrow if I bring in a foot scraper?
100% in a heartbeat.
All right.
You guys know I don't mind feet. I like feet, so I'm fully on board.
Ben's feet, though?
Not my feet.
I don't care.
Sure.
I like feet. I'm a feet
This
guy.
hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by who is so dying to bring us this conversation? That would be GL Pools. Perhaps I can soak my feet in
They're
GL
stoked
Pools
right now.
Look how many trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say radio for a free month of service.
I can't believe that's an actual treatment. You've heard about that with
jellyfish
or
or stingray stings. Yeah.
But I guess it makes sense. I just don't think I can do it. All right, your own or somebody else?
I was just going to say, I don't know.
I think your own.
Your
right?
own. I think you have to do your own.
Number one.
You're in. Gracie in the chat said that the Cintas thing should have facial recognition. For me, it locks me out. I'm gonna go poke around in there right now. My neck's hurting again.
All right, well, you do that. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, play a little real or fake on a Throwback Thursday. If you'd like to be our contestant, no music, movie, or television trivia knowledge necessary. You can call now 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll move on to a different topic for everybody who is trying to eat their breakfast at 8:15 on the morning on a Thursday.
Coming up next, diarrhea here on Ben and Woods.
97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view.
Maybe for my future retirement job, I can become a broadcaster for San Diego's newest professional sports franchise. Hear about this one once? The San Diego TJs are our new expansion franchise in the Team Boxing League.
Okay. Nice.
With Captain Manny Pacquiao also serving as an active fighter. I didn't know they had team boxing. Sounds it's kind of like the live of boxing, where you have like teams of boxers and then they do like 1 round bouts and you score them and you're facing another boxing team. But apparently they are going to be starting at some point here boxing, along with the LA Elite, the NYC Attitude, the Philadelphia Smoke, the Las Vegas Hustle, the Miami Assassins, the Houston Hitmen, the Houston Hitmen,
and the Assassins,
the Miami Assassins, the Dallas Enforcers, the Phoenix Fury, and the Boston Butchers.
This is like basketball names. If you saw the movie Basketball, that's what it is.
I should have saved those team names
for real or fake.
Real or fake. I actually have a different topic today, and we have a contestant on the line. So let's get to our Throwback Thursday game.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. You can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Guns N' Roses tickets. Real or Fake, brought to you by Bail Arms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We got Carlos. Good morning, Carlos.
Morning, Ben. Morning, Paul.
Oh,
Morning,
hello, Carlos.
How you doing, buddy?
Good to talk to you as always.
How are you, Carlos?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. man.
Remember, you
Good.
got to rely on Woods as your phone a friend.
Yeah, you just
Real or Fake.
you just peed on the hornet's nest, man.
So if you can get 4 out of 7 right, you will qualify for our weekly grand prize drawing. It is tickets to see Guns N' Roses at Snapdragon Stadium on September 2nd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Here's what I got for you today, Carlos. After my day at Disneyland yesterday, I thought I'd look into some of the Magic Kingdom's attractions from yesteryear.
Okay.
Today on Real or Fake, I'll name a ride or attraction. You tell me if it was ever a real part of Disneyland or a fake I've made up to fool you. Carlos, you ready to go?
Man.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Exxon's Energy Horizons, an animatronic history of fossil fuels, along with a look at energy's exciting future. Real or fake?
That's fake.
That's fake.
Sounds
Very
like
good.
the worst ride of all time.
All right, let's go to round number 2. The Rainbow Ridge Pack Mules ride real mules through simulated desert and frontier lands. Real or fake, Carlos?
Sounds legit. What do you think?
Fake, man. Nobody's riding pack mules through Disneyland, in my opinion. Right?
All right, go fake.
Real mules.
Real.
All right, you should have gone with your gut.
Real mules at Disneyland.
I'll
Another
teach you to
Back
forget
in
what's
the,
his
the
name.
early
Horrible
days.
ride.
All right, let's see. Round number 3. Hollywood Maxwell's Intimate Apparel Shop featuring the Wizard of Bras.
Come on.
Real or fake, Carlos?
Pervert.
That's fake.
Fake.
You used to be able to go to Disneyland and
bras.
go
Shut
to the sexy lingerie store and buy the Wizard of Bras.
You're joking.
No, I am not joking. It's real.
What year are we talking? The swinging
Like the
70s
late
or what?
50s.
The late 50s?
The late 50s.
I'm blown away.
Disneyland. Hollywood Maxwell's Intimate Apparel Shop featuring the Wizard of Bras. All right, let's
I don't know
go
where I'm
with
going to use
round
that, but I'm going to use
4.
it.
Prank call, for sure.
Huckleberry Finn's Fishing Pier. Guests able to rent fishing poles on Tom Sawyer's Island, try to catch real catfish, bluegill, and trout in the rivers of
hate you, 'cause
America.
I just
Real or fake,
I
Carlos?
cannot tell. I got no read on him today. None. He's so giddy.
Woods, help me here.
I have no earthly idea. Zero. I'll say real.
All right, let's go real.
It was real.
Oh, thank God.
Don't know if you could take your fish home
No,
with you
catch
from
and release.
Disneyland at the end of the day, or cook
Mom,
them up,
look what I got.
cook them up right there.
You
but
got my money
you
back.
could go fishing at Disneyland back in the day. All right, that's 2. We got 3 left. You need to get 2 of them right. Mary Poppins Flying Umbrellas. Real or fake, Carlos?
Sounds legit, but I'm gonna say fake.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was going to say real.
Carlos.
Carlos.
No,
Oh,
it
he
was
said
fake.
fake.
He was
He
right.
said
He's
fake.
right. No, it was fake. I made that one up.
Damn, that sounds
You
like a
could not-
great ride.
Ah, you just like hold
Hang
on to the
on to the thing?
umbrella.
That'd
and
be
it just
amazing.
Carries you all around. No, that's fake. Did not exist. That means you just need one more right, and you are good to go. Carlos,
Is this 7th one?
this is 6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
The Aluminum Hall of Fame. Real or fake? Disneyland attraction.
I'm just gonna go with real.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, it's real. That's it.
Good job, Los.
Congratulations, Carlos. Last one here just for fun. Videopolis, a nighttime dance club aimed for young adults.
Real.
You remember that
Yeah,
one?
I've heard
it
of
was real. Carlos, hang on the line. Paulie will get you into the drawing for the Guns N' Roses tickets. I do remember that as well. I don't think I ever went to Videopolis, but
Nobody's. You guys want to go to Videopolis? No.
where the cool kids were going, right?
Nightclub at Disneyland for teens. I remember the days of teen nightclubs. All underage nightclubs was like What are we doing here? Because I don't dance. Like, it was not cool.
You can't drink. You don't want to dance.
We'll do a picture of Sprite. Thanks, bud.
I went to one time in high school because there was a 16 and older club, and it was weird then.
Yeah,
it's super weird looking back and going, like, there were adults there.
Yes,
it wasn't only 16-year-olds.
100%.
There were adults there.
Correct.
It was a nightclub. You could dance and whatever.
Yep.
I think they had a bar area even that you had to have a wristband.
Wristband, yeah.
But like, that's disgusting and creepy. And it was a thing in high school. Like, once you were 16, maybe some older friends were like, hey, we're going to, it was called Club 131 in downtown Seattle. And I go, that's disturbing that, like, we were there with like 16 and 17-year-old.
And there's like 28-year-old dudes in there.
Yeah,
like,
dude. Disgusting.
There was one in Arlington that we used to drive all the way from where we lived out there. It was like you had to be, I think it was 16 and over too. And they had a sand volleyball court. But there was bars, and like you said, there's adult men in there, like hanging out.
Yeah, this was not
with their
just
wristbands on,
high school only type of thing.
Probably feeding underage girls drinks and stuff. I mean, it was the real deal,
gnarly,
man. It was really bad. I cannot remember the name of that place for the life of me. I'm gonna start texting some buddies. I gotta figure it out. Oh, you never did any of that, though.
I did not.
No.
But, there used to be so many more problematic things. I was going through Pirates of the Caribbean yesterday, and remember, used to have the pirates would chase the women around in a circle.
They still do, don't they?
Well, now it's the women all chase the pirates around in a circle. They've kind of updated
They switched that.
I still can't believe, though, back in the late 50s, you like your 7-year-old walking down Main Street, USA, and you go, Mommy, what's that? What's the Wizard of Bras?
Fredericks of Hollywood out here. The Hustler
Intimate
store.
apparel shop. Really, Disneyland.
I can't believe that, man. I cannot believe that.
Featuring the Wizard of Bras.
just clip the Wizard
of Bras.
One of your many nicknames.
Riding around on a mule holding your catfish.
Yes,
you just caught it, Disneyland.
In your new bra that you got.
The Wizard of Bras.
The aluminum one was real too,
the
right?
Aluminum Hall of Fame.
Oh God. I hated when I was a kid and we would go to Six Flags or an amusement park, and my mom would always make us go to let's go see a show, y'all. I'm like, I don't want to go watch some old Western fake shootout, dude. I just want to go on the rides and eat crap food. We'd have to go sit 27 minutes till the next shootout fake Western saloon bit, and it was 110 degrees outside
yesterday. It's great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Does anyone go into that like theater to watch the Mr. Lincoln's great moments?
Don't make your kids go sit through those shows when they go to amusement parks. They just want to go party and ride rides. That's what they want to do. I think, your parents get tired and they want to rest for a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch some guys fake shoot each other then.
I remember doing, was it Knott's Berry Farm, Universal, Disney? I don't know. One of them. They had the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That was Disneyland.
They say ride. You're just sitting there.
Disneyland for a while.
Disneyland. It was probably Disneyland. And it was just literally like, all right, I'm going to be out of the sun for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So bad. So bad. All right, go to break.
All right, we will take a timeout. When we come back, maybe bring up a topic that I've been stewing on for a few days. Ever since I saw it.
I love this question, and I hate
The Athletic. And it was about the Phillies and whether they have kept their core together too long.
This
and
is
I immediately thought, well, if they're asking about the Phillies, should we be asking that about the Padres? And what does that even mean?
What does it mean?
Talk about that coming up next year with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
That's right, Tyler. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. That's what it was called, the show.
That was the show?
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you're looking for a place, though, to sit down, cool off, and have a good time, 7 Mile Casino is an outstanding option right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It's the quick drive where you can be sitting down and enjoying great card action right in our own backyard, San Diego.
Yeah, listen, man, 7 Mile Casino has got what you're looking for. If you're into playing cards, you're a card player, that's the place for you. Because they don't have slot machines. It's not one of those places. It's a place for card players. So California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, and Baccarat. Phenomenal people. Excellent food, Benny. I know you're a big fan of the Kung Pao chicken.
24/7 players menu. Yeah, that's where you get the Kung Pao chicken. They also have the award-winning brunch Saturdays and Sundays, voted best in the South County at Sammy's at 7 Mile. Only Saturdays and Sundays, though, 9 to 3 p.m. Enjoy it on the patio. Enjoy it in the restaurant. Full bar. TVs all over the place. Hey, it's just great. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Just heard Scravy mentioning that Chris is going to be back in studio later today. The San Diego State women lost.
No!
Finally. First time. Actually, first Mountain West loss.
Finally, like you've been waiting for.
It's like, finally,
So remember, they went on a run at the end of last season from February through the Mountain West tournament and qualified. And then they went on a run all the way through the start of this season. It's been a year since they have lost a Mountain West game, but they fell on the road at Grand Canyon for their first
Grand
loss.
Canyon!
Still in first place. But yeah, the Aztecs now 0-2 at the GCU arena there.
So
tough place to play.
So Elo's coming back grumpy.
Yeah, he's going to be mad.
He's going to be grumpy.
In the Mountain West last night,
grumpy Elo.
had the big matchup between New Mexico and Utah State in Albuquerque, I believe. And Utah State demolished New Mexico last night, which means the Aztecs and Aggies are tied at 10-2. Of course, Utah State has the head-to-head tiebreaker based on their win in Logan last week. So it is, but they still have to come to Viejas Arena later in the season for that return matchup. But that'll be a very must-win game for the Aztecs when Utah State comes back. So that's the latest on the Mountain West. But I wanted to talk about this this topic, just general sense. Like, and I wasn't even sure what to make of it. But is it possible to
who wrote this?
Bowden again in The Athletic, and he wasn't even criticizing. He just asked the question of the Phillies: have they kept their core together too long? And I go, is that something that is that something that happens? Like, you keep your core together too long, and you haven't been making enough changes because. Well, we'll get into it. Let's check traffic, and we'll get into it as it relates to the Padres next here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Creative Repipe. Well, good news for westbound King Freeway travelers. Crash has cleared at Lemon Grove. Another crash cleared near College Grove. Now traveling on southbound 125, just past the 8. There is a collision in the center divide. Now a vehicle fire in the North County, northbound 15 before the 76. It's over to the right shoulder. Don't wait until that water leak in your home becomes a flood. Call Creative Repipe for whole house repipes. Get a 20% discount plus a lifetime warranty. Free estimates with financing available. Visit creativerepipe.com. That's creativerepipe.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And I don't think what we're talking about here is just keeping guys together as they get too old and no longer productive. I'm talking about still having a core of good players together, but after, 4, 5, 6 seasons with the same main guys, if you don't get over the hump and win a World Series, get to a World Series, at what point do you say, well, maybe we don't have the right group of guys together?
Well, I think his main issue, too, is that there is an opportunity, or there was an opportunity, to upgrade your roster. You could have gotten rid of Alec Boehm and, bless you, upgraded your roster. You didn't. So I think, because listen, they got JT Realmuto back, which is great. I mean, beloved, good player.
They're keeping it together. Though.
Kyle Schwarber coming back is
keeping it
inherently a good thing. Like,
again, these are the same guys that haven't been able to get you over the hump.
You know what? I think in sports, we are way too reactionary these days. And guy has a bad year, get him out of here. Done. You know what I mean? We are. Yeah. We are fantasy baseball, fantasy football, fantasy basketball. We are gamblers.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a Phillies fan, I would have wanted some upgrades. And I think they upgraded potentially a little bit. They took a couple of swings. Adolis Garcia, it's something. It's a little bit different than, Max Kepler, and there's potential there. I'm not super mad that I've got my pitching kind of locked down. I'm not super mad that I've got my bullpen kind of locked down. And I'm not mad that I've got Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto. I'm pretty excited about seeing those guys every single day, right? Because I've grown to love those guys if I'm a Phillies fan. It's kind of how we are here. I'm excited to see Nando, Manny, Toddy, Crony, Xander. I'm excited to see those guys still, right? And they haven't gotten over the hump yet. They haven't made a World Series. But I it sure beats every year some new mercenary coming in on a 1-year deal, like, in my opinion.
Well,
as a fan.
And I was going to bring it. The worst possible thing you can do is change course every single year.
100%.
This didn't work. Let's tear it all down and start all over again. You do have to have some patience with a core group that you believe in. But again, how much patience? How long do you wait before you realize
I think
they've been good, but they're not good enough to take that final step that we want to get to?
You know
because
what?
that's the hardest thing to do. When you find a team, and the Phillies have been so close, and you go, I mean, if we tear these guys down, it's going to be tough to get it back to even where it is right now. But
100%.
But if we keep these guys going, and they haven't done it so far, what makes us think they're going to be able to make that next step in the future? And I just worry about that a little bit with the Padres. I love this group. It's a really good group. It's so much better than what we used to have.
Yeah.
Manny and Tatis and Xander and Jake and Joe. I mean, you make changes and you make adjustments over the years, but how long do you really keep giving them opportunities as the same group to go together without making a couple of big changes?
You don't, that's the other part is you don't really have a choice. Like, you made this bed. This is the core you decided on. These are the guys you decided to extend in Merrill, in Manny, in Jackson. I just said Merrill and Jackson. In Fernando, all these guys, right?
Xander.
All these guys you have
Tatis and Fernando.
Tatis, Fernando,
Merrill,
Nando, Jackson,
Bogarts,
Xander. Yes, Bogey.
Xander,
Manny,
Crony,
Machado.
Jake, Cronenworth. I just think, like David J. just said, if Bowden thinks something needs to happen, that's a guarantee that thing should not happen. I ask you guys.
He didn't say something. He just asked a question. There's nothing wrong with asking a question. It's a thought provoker, and I found it to be thought provoking.
It is, and I've been thinking about it for like a week. It was kind of an evergreen topic you threw out on like Monday morning, and I go, I've been thinking about this a lot. And again, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a Phillies fan. I think there's a couple of guys on that team that you're like, I've seen enough of Alec Bohm. I think I've seen enough of him. But is he a part of the glue that holds that team together? They're in it. Now, he's got them finishing third in the division behind the Braves and the Mets. I'd say I'm going 2. I'll say they finish above the Mets. I do. I know the Mets spent a lot of money.
But
I know the Mets spent a lot of money. But that division could look a lot like our division here, minus the big dog at the top. I think those three could be battling it out all year long.
Yeah.
But if I'm a Phillies fan, I'm pretty stoked, right? Like, I'm pretty happy that I get to see Bryce Harper and Schwarber and those guys every day.
I mean, there's always the argument in baseball. If you're getting to the playoffs consistently, then you've done it right.
Correct.
And then what happens in the playoffs is a lot has to do with timing and luck.
And look, Orion
once you get
Kirk,
to October.
Bro, Orion Kirkering throws the ball to first base, fields it cleanly, whatever. It's a different world. It's a different world, and you're not writing those think pieces about them, I think. So much has got to go right. So much did go wrong for them.
How do you combat it, though? I mean, you're going to sign everybody to 3-year deals with opt-outs after 2 or something?
What are you going to do? Like, are you going to cut Trey Turner and eat the money to go sign a different shortstop?
Yeah.
You're going to cut Bryce Harper and eat the money to go get a better first baseman than Bryce Harper at this point in his career? I don't think so.
Right, what do we have left here in San Diego? We have Manny, Xander, Merrill, and Tatis for like 9 more years.
Yeah. Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Hey, if they win 3 or 4 World Series titles, we're going genius.
If they win one, you're saying
one.
genius. If they win one, mission accomplished.
We don't have the option to be like, well, this isn't working. Like, we're just going to eat the contract on all 4 of those guys.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Oh, well, I know we hate the Dodgers, but what can we learn from the Dodgers and how they have managed their stars and their core? Because they've kept a lot of guys together, but they're also constantly adding. Obviously, they have the money to do so. You know, they've added a Kyle Tucker this offseason.
We need a fall guy. That's what I've learned.
So, but they've also moved on from guys who were core guys. Justin Turner, was there forever, and they moved on, and then they won a couple of World Series.
They moved on from Corey friggin' Seager, man. Like, out of all people,
moved on from Trey Turner,
and I mean, that move, Corey Seager move, he went and won a World Series with the Texas Rangers, but you're fine with you've been great without him. You've won 2 World Series, 2 legit ones.
But they've also kept, they kept Kershaw and Muncy and a lot of those guys. Will Smith has been there now a very long time.
Yeah.
Who, I guess there's a blend that works. You can't just blow it up and keep starting over. You'll never have a culture.
Somebody said the Angels. They said that's the Angels. And that's what's been the hard part about being an Angels fan is every year we got to replace the banners for guys that we just signed on a 2-year deal. Now, they have a couple of little core pieces, Zach Neto and Nolan Shanuel and guys like that, but everyone wants the core. Like everyone is trying to build a core. Look what the A's are doing. They're trying to build a core. They're trying to extend a core. They want these guys together for a while. The Phillies just haven't gotten the job done. That's it. Like they have the talent to do it. They just haven't done it.
Ultimately, like that's what AJ Preller was hired to do.
Right.
Didn't have that prior to 2015.
Correct.
And he spent 4 or 5 years, picking up Fernando, signing Manny, signing Xander, drafting Jackson, and developing. They all came from different ways, but that was what he did. He built that core. Now, will that core get them over the hump?
Yeah, will it
be successful?
Will it bear fruit, as it were? But the Phillies haven't really done it either. But again, if I'm a Phillies fan, I'm not losing my mind. I mean, you've still got good starting pitching. Now you lost Ranger Suarez, which hurts, and you haven't really upgraded that. That stings. But I think Jim Bowden's thing was more of like you really had a chance after getting close last year to make some huge splashes, and you just brought back the guys pretty much that you already had instead of, hey man, like Kyle Tucker was a big ask, but he would have fit in really good with that team. Replacing Nick Castellanos, I think would have been a nice pickup, but they didn't do it. And they lost Ranger Suarez. So I can see his point a little bit, but that core is not going anywhere. And if you're a Phillies fan, I think you still love watching that core.
I think it's just baseball's really hard.
It's really hard.
Like all of these teams, if you think over the history, even the last 30 years, think of the teams that stuck together. Like, all right, of course, you had the Yankees of the 90s and early 2000s. They had a core. I think the Giants are probably the best example. 3 and 5 years or whatever. Like, those were the same core guys every single year.
Yep.
And it just worked for them. The Phillies, the Padres, other teams like that, they've had the same core for that amount of time that the Giants
didn't work.
Just didn't work.
I think we've learned there is almost no way to game the system in baseball without doing what the Dodgers have done.
Right.
They may have figured out a cheat code. Spend so much that you can have so much depth, so much pitching that you can
rest guys,
rest them and keep them healthy for October. But no other team can really do that, which means you're always subject to the whims of late season injuries, a couple of guys having poor performances in October. Only one team the last couple of years has been not susceptible to that.
Pretty crazy. Guy brings up the Astros. They moved on from their core. They really had no problem moving on from their core.
They did some shady things behind the scenes, but they kept their core and they were good for years.
Oh yeah.
And then when they weren't, they moved on.
They moved on
quickly.
Now they haven't gotten all the way back again. The last couple of years, but they had somewhat of different cores when they won their 2.
No, but we all
World
think the
Series
Astros
titles.
are smart, right?
Yes.
We think they're a smart organization, so maybe that is a good model to follow.
But I think if you're an Astros fan, you didn't love this offseason. And, you're looking at the Mariners getting better.
Yep.
You're looking at the Rangers potentially getting better. You're looking at the A's kind of starting to, you're wondering, are we a 4th place team soon?
Yeah.
If not this year, then
you got
coming up pretty soon.
You got young pitching if you're Houston. You got some really good young pitching if you're Houston. But yeah, man, they looked at their core and they said, we don't care about keeping it together. And it's an interesting philosophical question. And, but I think here in Philly, we've got our cores. We better just hope that it works.
These two teams have a lot of similarities, man.
When we come back, special guest, Eben Novi-Williams from Sportico. Eben Novi-Williams.
Yeah, you're screwed.
I am. He is writing about potential new Padres owners. We'll pick his brain, see what he knows, how he learned it. Coming up next with Benna Woods. Biggest fan announcement as well on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods. Live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
We do know how.
This is a busy hour.
Is it?
It begins with a complication. So, Paulie's trying to get Evan Novi Williams from the Sportico on the line.
Yep.
Did not answer. He's at Super Bowl week, actually.
Yep, just got there.
So we were going to wait and do the biggest fan after Evan. So, because we only have the one phone line, which is weird for a radio station that we can only put one person on phone at the same time. And we didn't want to give out the biggest fan name while Evan was on the line, because then we wouldn't be able to take the biggest fan phone call. But now Evan didn't answer. So why don't I just do the biggest fan? And you'll have 10 minutes to call us back. And if we end up talking to Evan, we'll just figure it out. So it's time for our biggest fan contest. If you hear your name called, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973, potentially just to let it ring for a while.
Let's just say, 10-ish minutes. Today.
You'll qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game this season, with all the fan staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. This morning's biggest fan is Ruth McAllister from Bonita. Ruth McAllister from Bonita, you're on the clock-ish. 833-288-0973. You can register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. And then coming up at 9:20 or so, our final NFL threesome of the year. We can do our look ahead to the Super Bowl on Sunday.
The big game.
Yeah, we'll talk about our favorite Super Bowl
big game
dishes that we like to enjoy at Super Bowl parties.
It's a big game party.
It's a big game party.
Yeah, I don't want to get in any trouble.
Right. And then Paulie will have a Rindle report probably at the bottom of the hour, unless we can't find Evan, and in which case we are just massively backed up with no backup plan to fix everything.
He's at the Super Bowl, so he could have gone out and, tied one on.
Sarah style?
Sarah style, and had a big breaking news yesterday with these new potential owners for the San Diego Padres, right? So, you just never know. And he's on our time zone. So
maybe he's breaking some news.
Could be breaking some news. Could be locking down the Padres owner right now. Could be on the phone. So Eben, we will try to catch up with him. And if not, then BFD. We'll figure it out. Well, we have to figure it out now.
We do have to figure it out
because this is the segment
fairly quickly.
This is the segment he would have been on.
Correct.
So okay.
I mean, we could jump into our football threesome or our Rindle report, but then if Evan calls, we're also just massively interrupting. I
say we just visit for a while.
Lost.
Let's just visit for a while. What are you hanging your head for?
Well, because that doesn't accomplish getting one of these boxes checked off.
There you go. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Let's just visit.
Have some fun
Wait
here.
for Eben.
All right.
Nothing but time. All right. Probably going to upset some people here. What is the most overrated TV show of all time?
The Wire. That's it.
You're not even really qualified to say that because you can't make it through a single episode.
I made it through a whole season.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I can't even make it through an episode.
Of The Wire?
Yeah.
You couldn't do it either.
I could not do it.
Overrated, man.
Most overrated TV shows. There's a difference between like overrated or like, hey, it was wildly popular. It just wasn't for me.
Just overrated.
Like, I wasn't into Game of Thrones, but I wouldn't say they were overrated.
No, I think
didn't
if you
watch
liked it, it was like the best thing ever.
Right.
If you were into
I just
that
didn't really watch
scene.
it and didn't get into it.
We got some terrible, terrible responses in the chat. Somebody said The Office. I mean, that's insane.
I agree with that one.
It's not. It's so good. Well, you never really worked in an office. If either of you ever worked in sales, you'd be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing of all time.
I'm trying to think of like network shows, like Big Bang Theory. Never really got into it.
Made me want to.
But it's been on forever.
How I Met Your Mother. My parent. What's this Charlie Sheen one? My parents loved
2.5 Men.
They would watch it, and I'd watch it and go, "What? This is what you guys are." They loved it. They're like, "Oh, we never miss one."
Since it's just back in the news recently, I was never able to get into Stranger Things.
Oh, I didn't either. Couldn't either.
Or why people liked it so much.
Seinfeld is not overrated. Seinfeld is genius. Genius. This is crazy. You're right. People got pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm the one that got mad. What was yours? Stranger Things?
Stranger Things.
Got one?
Yeah.
Got one on the line?
I got Ruth, I believe, on the line.
Hi, Ruth.
You are on 97.3 The Fan with Ben and Woods, and you are our biggest fan. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What do you think is the
I'm
most
excited.
overrated television show of all time?
What's the most overrated television show of all time?
Yeah. This isn't
don't
a
know.
requirement to win biggest fan. Just curious what your response is.
I honestly can't think of one.
All right, that's
okay.
fine. You're about as
All
quick
right.
on your feet as Ben is sometimes, so that's all right.
Thank you for calling. You are all good to go. You're qualified for the biggest fan.
All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, dear.
Thanks,
You
same to
too.
you.
You
You
too.
have friends in the chat a couple times.
I liked it. Embarrassingly enough, I really
I liked
enjoyed
Friends, but I could see
Yeah,
if
I could see
people
it.
say
I
that's
could see it.
overrated.
Should it have been a phenomenon the way it was?
No, it was
I don't
just
know
good.
that it should have been a phenomenon.
It was funny. I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I laughed. I cried. I laughed. I cried.
You cried.
Yeah, dude. When
What?
Ross and Rachel get together, are you kidding me? I
yeah,
lost
that
my
was-
mind.
That was pretty sweet.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. I mean, here's a list with a bunch of I just Googled, most overrated TV shows. Number 1 goes to Breaking Bad.
It's so highly rated. It's so highly rated.
That's a victim
That's
of
a
just
victim of being great.
so highly rated that some people don't think it lives quite up to the
That
expectations.
was number
Correct.
1 on this list,
Okay.
followed by The Big Bang Theory and Stranger Things and Friends. Then number 5, Ted Lasso. Number 6,
I
The
can see it.
Walking Dead.
Never
Number
watched it.
7, Pluribus.
Ooh.
All right, so
okay.
Pluribus has been, because I love Pluribus,
Still
but
haven't finished.
a lot of people think it's slow and not going anywhere, and they can't stand it, and they don't like the people who rate it highly.
Yeah, Westworld, Homeland, Suits, Modern Family.
Westworld wasn't
Lost.
good. I mean,
Lost. I would
did-
put that on.
Never
did
watched
anyone like
it.
Westworld? I
Never
watched the
never
whole
watched it.
thing.
Did
and
you?
I just never thought it was that good, but I felt like I had to watch it for some reason.
Unsaturated fats is MASH. 100% MASH. 100%. Great one. Great one.
I loved The Bear, but
Bear was great.
it lost me pretty quickly.
Oh, I stayed in. Hardcore. By the way, I'm literally in the midst of rewatching The Sopranos again because I've run out of ideas.
I thought about saying that just to make you mad, but it really is a great show.
It's phenomenal. I mean, every time I watch it, I pick up something new that I've never seen before. A reference, a song, something, and I'm just blown away every time. Every time. One more, Paulie. We got
All right, one more.
waiting on Evan still.
Yeah, I'm working on it. What is the most old man thing you've caught yourself doing?
I mean, how much time do we have? Like internet scammed. I mean, you name it. You name it.
Recently, I have been noticing that I'll reach up and I'll feel like a nose hair, and then I'll just try to yank it out when I feel
Just
the nose
in public.
hair. Yeah, just at my desk.
Just sitting
I
there.
mean, once it's there and I see it's there, and then it tickles kind of, and I realize, well, what if it's sticking out and people can see the nose hair? It's not just hidden in my nostril.
Right.
So then I try to grab it because I don't have tweezers at my desk, and I'll just try to pinch and pull it out, which hurts just so much. But you don't want a nose hair sticking out.
I think one of the old man things that I've found myself doing recently is I've started to get really mad at teenagers in my head.
Oh my God, me too.
Now I haven't let it out yet, but I get really upset at them, and they haven't even really done anything wrong. All they did was walk past me, and I see them, and I just start to rage. I start to rage internally. Bo and I were going to practice yesterday, and these guys walked by, and I just muttered, "Dip S's" under my breath because I just saw I couldn't stand the sight of them. So that's one thing
That is
doing.
very old man behavior.
It is
Just raging youth.
raging at youth.
All right, let's go out
Oh, we
to
got 'em.
our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, and we are joined right now by Sportico editor Eben Novi Williams. Eben, it is good to have you on. We are big Padres, obviously, fans, covered the team extensively. So your piece yesterday about a couple of potential new owners was very significant to us. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
First of all, how's the Super Bowl? I mean, it's always an event, but what's it like out there?
I mean, I hate to be the guy that talks about the weather, but flying from 8-degree New York to 60-degree California,
I felt like I was sitting on the sun yesterday when I was outside. It's lovely. Yeah, I understand why you guys live out here. I know exactly. I can't imagine what it's like down where you guys are.
It's like 82 here yesterday.
Yeah,
it was absolutely gorgeous. All right,
that's glorious.
Let's start before we get into some of the specifics of the new potential, owners who are kicking the tires on the Padres. How does Sportico go about coming up with a valuation? You guys had the number $2.31 billion for the San Diego Padres as their potential valuation. Now, that's not what a person would pay for the team necessarily. That's a valuation. But how does that work?
Yeah, so I like to describe it as it's part science and it's part kind of pixie dust in some ways. We have a very good understanding, and Kurt Badenhausen, my colleague who does this, he talks to dozens of people in and around baseball at most of the teams when he does these process, and he has a whole algorithm and a very good understanding of the things that are kind of consistent across baseball, how revenue sharing works, and then from a more local standpoint, how each of these teams, the levers that they pull to make money, and how big the stadium is, what their ticket sales are like, what attendance looks like, all the way down to parking and radio and local media and things like that. So yeah, these are not exact numbers, as you say, but I think Kurt is the best in the business at putting together how and it's not just baseball, but how every major professional sports team in the U.S. makes money. And then he thinks about these, and we can get into revenue multiples if you'd like, because it's interesting in baseball. But then he thinks about what each league, what buyers are willing to pay from a revenue multiple standpoint. So once he understands what a team's local business looks like, he's got a rough understanding of what he thinks that team might sell for on the open market.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff. And I think, on the surface, as a Padres fan, we obviously lost our beloved owner, Peter Seidler, who wanted nothing more than to bring a championship to San Diego, nothing more. And that's all he wanted to do. So the next owner, got big shoes to fill, obviously. What can you tell us? Like, you see these names and then you see the net worth next to them and you go, this is great. Like, this is good. This is awesome. This is what we're looking for. Give me you don't have to give me like the 180 of that, but what should we be cautious of with guys like this coming in potentially?
Yeah, I think the caution is that you just never know, even if people have money, how much they're willing to spend. And I think if you know any fans of the Baltimore Orioles, they were very frustrated with their ownership for a very long time. A new multi-billionaire owner came in right at a time when the team felt like on the field was poised to be a dominant force in baseball. And 2.5 years later, I think most of those fans would tell you that they're pretty livid that David Rubenstein hasn't spent more and hasn't dedicated more to a team at a time when the potential was all there. So yes, Jose Feliciano and Joe Lacob and Dan Friedkin, the three buyers who I know are interested in the Padres, they all have a lot of money, but it's you never know if that person is how much they're willing to spend. And in baseball, as you guys know, it's a critical component. It's not as critical in the NFL, where everyone pays the same amount and every owner, regardless of who they are, has a salary cap that they abide to. In baseball, that's the difference in many cases between winning and losing. And I think you guys in San Diego have seen when an owner is willing to spend, as Seidler was, how much that injects excitement and fill seats and all that stuff.
Talking to Evan Novi Williams from Sportico about the potential sale of the Padres. And I'm not asking you to tell us about your sources, but
who told you?
No. What I'm curious about is we heard the name Joe Lacob. Woods even heard the name Joe Lacob early in the process, and now you've come up with a couple of other names. But how does one go about figuring out who's interested in buying a team? I imagine a lot of billionaires can operate discreetly if they so choose to be discreetly. Do they want their names out there potentially in this process? Kind of where do you stand on, how these names kind of get popped out into the public?
Yeah, well, a few things I'll say without being too detailed about who I'm trying to talk to everybody in all different parts of this ecosystem, right? So it's bankers, it's lawyers, it's some of these guys themselves, it's people at Major League Baseball. And certainly if you're running this process, if you're the Padres, there's drips and drabs that come out in the media, very many places that benefits you, right? That there's a benefit from this looking like it is a vibrant auction.
Yes.
And there's a lot of the same people that bounce around sports teams. And we'll use Feliciano and Friedkin as good examples. Both of these guys have been in the running and late stage bidders for major professional sports teams in the past couple years, in addition to the ones that they've actually purchased. So whether it's the Celtics with Friedkin, whether it's the Broncos with Jose Feliciano, he was very close to buying a chunk of the Los Angeles Chargers, actually, and that actually fell through basically at the last minute. But yeah, in some ways, like there are some familiar names that tend to pop up in a lot of different processes. And then to your point about the secrecy, and then you have people who, because of who they're working with or because of who they are or because of where they're from, yeah, you don't have as much insight. I've been told by multiple people that there is an Asian consortium, I think from South Korea, that is also in talks and showing interest in the Padres. I'm trying to figure out who they are. I don't know who they are. But yeah, I think some of it is there are people who are familiar to us at Sportico and to other folks who are kind of constantly interested in expanding their sports portfolio. And then you have people that kind of come out of nowhere sometimes. So yeah, there's other people in this process besides the three billionaires that we're talking about. And hopefully when I know who they are, I will be, I'll be putting that out there.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think, as a sports fan, we want to dream that the guy who owns our team has always had a passion. He wanted to buy the Padres ever since he was a kid.
Right.
And when you hear these guys have been bidding, I bid on this team,
the
didn't
Broncos,
get it.
the
Didn't bid on that
Chargers.
team. Are we just a consolation prize here because you couldn't get the teams you actually wanted? Evan, I know that that's not really how the real world works. I mean, very few of these teams come up for sale. So when you want to get into it, you don't necessarily get to pick and choose which team you have the opportunity to buy.
You could do a lot worse, though, than San Diego.
Yeah, and I'll say that going back to David Rubenstein and the Orioles, that's basically his story, right? He is a Baltimore guy, born, raised in Baltimore, was an Orioles fan his entire life. Like, he had the story that you're talking about. And again, I think a lot of Orioles fans are maybe not too thrilled with how things have gone under the first 2 or 3 years of his ownership. And the other thing I'll say, I mean, sports is just so global now. So I don't think there's anything kind of everyone that is in this, and there are so many of the owners that are in this world now, are looking at their portfolios as international. So it's not, it is nothing that I feel like is too aberrant if you own a English soccer team and also have a chunk of a team in Boston and then also maybe own a baseball team in San Diego. This is the way this whole industry is going, which is a lot of these billionaires see economies of scale in sports, and it's not always geographical. It's often they just want to have their finger in a lot of pots, and they'll find synergies across those pots.
Well, Evan, appreciate
awesome.
your time. I'll let
Thank
you get
you.
back to enjoying the Super Bowl power brunch or whatever's going on today up in the Bay Area, and we appreciate the information you're sharing.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
All
man.
right, Evan Novi-Williams from
great.
Sportico. Good stuff.
Worth the wait.
Concise, but definitely worth the wait. And yeah, interesting. Maybe a South Korean group just signed a Korean star in the offseason. Had a couple of them here. So connection there with the San Diego Padres. But I thought you made a good point and said, you may not have targeted the Padres. You could do a lot worse than buying the San Diego Padres.
Yes,
if you just wanted to get in the game, you're probably happy with any team.
Something's up on the ledger. You're like, oh, God, do I want to buy the Washington Wizards? Or San Diego Padres are up. Okay, I might be interested in that. So that's good.
All right, we are back on track. Good job. We'll take a quick timeout, get to our football threesome, final one of the year as we look ahead to Super Bowl 60 on Sunday, and then we'll wrap things up with a roundel report. But before we do anything else, let's give away some spring training tickets to Peoria, Arizona. Your chance to win a 4-pack. Let's be the third caller. Dial fast, 833-288-0973. Not only will you win the 4-pack of tickets to Padres spring training, but you also qualify for our grand prize, 4 tickets for a Padres-Giants game at Petco Park on April 1st. Get your own spring training tickets now by going to PeoriaBaseball.com. More Ben Woods after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Our thanks again to Evan Noby Williams from Sportico, who just joined us to talk about Padres' potential buyers. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com, and let's get right to it. It's time for our last NFL threesome of the season.
Can Ben and Woods interest you in a threesome?
A threesome would be fun.
No, not that kind of threesome.
Talk dirty to me.
We're talking end arounds, the best tight ends in the world, and going all the way in this game of inches.
2 inches short, maybe less. The story of my life.
It's the NFL threesome with Ben and Woods, brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place, on 97.3 The Fan.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
All right, we'll finish.
Miss that open.
Yeah, it's always a fun one. We'll finish with our picks in just a second for the big game. But let's start with the injury updates. Things seem to be trending better for the Patriots than the Seahawks. Drake May took all first-team snaps in a 90-minute practice yesterday. Had been worried about, I believe, a shoulder injury, throwing shoulder that had limited him previously. So the good news for the Patriots, but the Seahawks, not quite as good news as one of their safeties got injured during practice. So they have another concern going forward. Where's his name? I just had it and I lost it. Seahawks injured
Julian Love?
Safety. No, he's got the long last name. Nick Emanwari was the one who injured his ankle at practice, and his status now for the Super Bowl is uncertain. So trending wise, injury wise, things going in the direction of the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots do look much healthier than the Seahawks, but I think the Seahawks are a much deeper team, Benny, and I think they've got they got a defense that Drake May needs to be worried about. He's probably been watching a lot of film and probably seeing them in his sleep right now. He's been running a lot more, has opened up and used his legs in the playoffs a little bit, but again, with a shoulder that you're not 100% on anyway, do you really want your quarterback running around taking hits?
You don't, but the playoffs is the time where you're
Super Bowl. You got a whole offseason.
You know, you don't. A regular season isn't like, hey, just get to the finish line. Once you're in the playoffs, those dives, those slides,
let it all hang out.
Dives forward. That extra yard or two, you might win a Super Bowl at that extra yard or two. It's not worth it in week 5 to take a couple of hits head on to try to get a first down. But in the Super Bowl, you stop sliding and you start diving forward because, hey, what if that's the one play that makes the difference and lifts you to world championship?
One thing we all, everybody in this room, I'm sure, is picking the Seahawks to win and cover, which obviously always makes you nervous.
Right.
Because, the obvious answer isn't always the right one, especially in the Super Bowl, like as you said, where anything can happen. Weird stuff happens. You let it all hang out. Guys are like, I don't care if I live. I just want to win this Super Bowl.
Right.
Everything we put in. So, what's the spread? 7.5. Oh,
4.5. I'm like, how do you not take Seattle?
As long as it's under 7, I think I'm going Seattle all the way.
I know.
I'd even be interested in like an escalator, like.
Oh, tease it up.
Tease it up.
Yeah, to make some
Seattle
more money
minus
on that.
8.5 or something.
You like a Seattle
I think they're going
blowout.
to kick their ass.
All right. So we're all going Seattle.
You get to this point of the season, and it's like all you really are looking at are the last handful of games, the playoff games. I'm like, bro, the Patriots won, but they were like barely winning a lot of those were close ball games. One play here could have gone either way. Seattle dominated the 49ers. They dominated the Rams. I think they're just rolling right now.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They didn't dominate the Rams. It was a good game.
It was a good game,
but
they were in the driver's seat the whole game.
And I thought the Rams were the best team in football.
Yeah,
I think they're facing an easier challenge.
Seattle's much more
in the Super Bowl
tested
than they did in the NFC Championship game. So I like your thinking, Paulie. Tease up the Seahawks and go for the blowout.
Which means definitely take the Patriots money line now.
Did you guys get any good squares in our Super Bowl squares?
We haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yeah, they put the squares out.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
3 days ago, but no problem.
They put out the results?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even seen it.
I'll pull it up right now.
I've got 8s. Both the 8s.
I got 4s.
Which isn't great early, but later in the game, you have a chance.
Explain it to me again.
All right, hang on. Let me find Woods.
The end of every quarter, the
You check
final
the score.
digit of your team's score, if it matches up on both
you're screwed.
on
You don't
both
have to worry about
sides,
it.
you got nothing. What do you got? 5 and
He's got a 6 and a 2.
Oh, 6 and 2. 6 is
How did
okay.
I get that draw?
Because you get a couple
Totally
field
random.
goals early, but 2 is horrible.
My ass.
You don't we do this every year.
2 is awful. I might be the worst number to get in a squares competition.
Let's see. Just to reiterate.
So
now, hold on.
Unless someone scores a safety early in the first quarter and doesn't score again, or
What about
misses 2
12?
extra points, or 4 field goals is a way to get to. That's not. It's just not ideal.
Did you buy any squares?
I just got the free one that came with the game.
And what did you get?
Both 8s.
And did you buy any
Which is
squares?
not good early, but 28, 38, it's not out of the question.
I got my square, and then I did buy a second square so my wife can play along.
How many did I buy?
You just got your one free square.
No, that's BS. I gave her $20.
Oh, you bought
did?
more.
Look for SWs on the chart then, extra ones.
I only see one.
You better ask for a refund.
Oh, no, wait, there's another one. You got a 1 and a 7.
Oh, now that's good.
Those are good.
Okay.
That's
All right.
21-17.
You got Seahawks 1,
21-7.
Patriots 7.
I like that. 1 and 7's nice.
I can't find your other.
You're not going to win in the first quarter, likely, but after that, you've got opportunities to win.
All right. Still don't get it. Just
I've
let
got
me know
a
if I win.
3 and an 8,
Okay.
and then a 4 and a 4.
No.
All right.
2's bad. 5 is bad. You need to get to like 35 before you're realistically hitting 5.
And then Woodsy, your other one is a 3 and a 1. So you actually you're in a pretty good spot.
All right.
Okay,
I mean,
3? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm entitled to something after the Christmas debacle.
Finally,
How's
last
your $1,000? How's your PlayStation?
What's your favorite Super Bowl party food?
My wife asked me yesterday if I would make the meatballs that I made one time like 10
Little
years
ones?
ago. But they have
Toothpick
how do you say it?
meatballs?
Sriracha?
Grape jelly and
Sriracha.
barbecue sauce?
Grape jelly, sriracha, and barbecue.
Yeah.
She wants me to make
Oh,
those.
Stacy. In a crock pot?
Yeah.
We're doing buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, buffalo chicken dip.
Oh,
Elite. Love that.
Bro, this one.
I almost slobbered again.
Yeah, for real.
Oh.
We have two birthday parties for Bo's. It's Bo's actual birthday weekend, but he's got 2 parties for his buddies who also share birthdays. We're like till 3. What time's the game start?
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Like 3:30.
Yeah, we're
3:18,
up until
something
like 3:30. So I don't really get to come home,
No,
make any
pre-game spread.
Knowing the missus, she's not gonna make any pregame spread. So like, I don't know. It might be a lame.
Some Ritz crackers.
What do you feel about potato skins?
Love potato
Yeah,
skins.
pretty good.
Damn
We're
good.
doing-
I'm not gonna make them.
You know what's key for the potato skins?
Bacon.
It's the little green onions.
The onions.
Oh,
green
The
onions.
little
yeah.
green onions
Oh,
for the
yeah.
freshness. You've got to have the little scallions
I'm with you.
on top of the potato
I
skins.
don't like how you said that.
What?
I don't like how you said that word.
Scallions.
I don't like.
Why do you not like the
I don't
word?
know. It just sounds creepy when you say it.
Just call them green onions.
I want some bean dip. I want some like queso. I want.
I think we're doing we might do like
Burgers.
tri-tip nachos, like homemade
sounds good.
nachos.
See, the worst thing though, the store, like the canned queso and the canned bean dip,
I'll eat the
I don't-
Tostitos one. I'll eat it.
Eh.
It's not my favorite,
No.
but like to do Velveeta and Rotel and like really make a
If
nice,
you make a good queso,
queso.
fine.
Yeah, I'm starving beyond
I
starving
gotta go home.
right now.
Me and the wife, we got to look at our what's the Super Bowl menu this weekend. We gotta
Yeah,
figure that out.
figure it out.
Go to the store. all
Are you
that.
working? Are you not working?
No, I'm not
Okay.
working on Sunday.
All right. I'll get you a fresh feast at the Higgins house. I don't know what I'm going to do now. We're getting down to crunch time. My folks will be here
Ooh,
all
crunch.
weekend. Crunch, yeah,
I love crunch.
delicious. We may just get Taco Bell. Just order Taco Bell and eat it for the Super
could do a
Bowl.
lot
You never. You
worse
could do a lot worse.
You
than
can
Taco
do worse.
Bell.
I'll do a
Although,
big
why
old
not
box
go
of
to
tacos.
Why not go just a local taco shop, get a giant thing of rolled tacos?
It's different. It's different.
Because you want Taco Bell.
right?
But
You
but
don't-
not for
you
a
don't-
Super
I don't
Bowl
want
party,
tacos.
though.
I want Taco Bell.
For a Super Bowl party. Though?
Yeah, it's just me and my kids. Like they don't care.
Nobody's ever said I am craving Mexican food.
Let me go to
so
Taco
I want
Bell.
Taco
No,
Bell.
no, I
it's
get
you
it.
want Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell, but I just didn't think that was right for a Super Bowl.
They
party.
love it. So they'll crush those tacos. Bo ate like 7 of those things. So I could get the big old trough of them and we just go to town.
Number one day for pizza, I believe.
Is
Super
it?
Bowl
It is.
Sunday.
That makes sense.
Followed by Valentine's Day of all.
That
days.
makes
Number
sense.
two.
Guacamole is always good.
Yeah, always solid. I'll go get a couple of things that are easy.
I like the ruffles,
Shrimp.
the sour cream with the French onion.
I love
Yeah,
shrimp.
yeah, that's good,
I
too.
just crushed the big
Shrimp.
shrimp at
Cold?
cold with the cocktail sauce. All right, wrap it up. I'm starving.
All right, we will come back with the Rival Report. Last segment of Ben and Woods next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, and of course, get to tell you about scfatloss.com. After your big game party, can't say it during an ad. After your big game party, if you want to set a new goal for yourself, and in 2 months have a brand new you, perfect time would be Monday to go to scfatloss.com. Check out the free consultation and find out how you can turn yourself around. And by the time mid-April rolls around, brand new you, up to 10 to 20% of your body weight and a pound a day. That's 60 days, and that's a brand new you eating real foods, stuff you can actually have at a party, like steak and chicken, good stuff, and you can lose weight at the same time with no injections, no exercise necessary. I did it. Chris Ella did it. Scraby, John Flint down the hall, Tony Gwynn Jr., and tons of tier ones have all gone through the program successfully. You can be the next success story with sdfatloss.com. Again, just sign up for your free consultation. And here in the month of February, when you sign up, get $200 off the program. Don't wait. Well, wait until after Sunday, maybe. But then on Monday, you are signing up. Promise me. Get a sign up for sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Final segment of Ben and Woods on a Thursday. Come back tomorrow to wrap up the week. Darren Smith will be with us, usually 7:35. We can talk about SDFC's big win and their return match coming in Mexico City against Pumas next Tuesday.
Incredible.
But get his thoughts on the very impressive second half they had on Tuesday night at Snapdragon Stadium.
Sorry I missed it.
It was good. You saw the first half.
I did.
When they were down 1-0.
Yeah, they still looked good. And they still looked
did.
good. And you know, that freakishly incredible goal that Puma scored was just amazing to watch. And I was like, oh, well, we'll get them next time and wake up to a 4-1 dub.
Now, one game is one game.
Yeah, one game's one game.
Want to draw massive conclusions, but it's
Pretty happy with the results.
Certainly didn't feel like the absence of Chucky Lozano was having a major impact on the team.
Correct.
We'll talk to Darren about that tomorrow. Let's check traffic one more time, though, and Paulie's going to get as much of the Roundel Report in our final 8 minutes or so next as he can.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Collision on southbound 15 right at the 56 transition. Big problem in Mission Valley, eastbound 8 before College. Accident involving numerous vehicles. Got the 2 right lanes blocked. And reports of a crash on westbound 54 just before Woodman. Those vehicles are in the center divide. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Roundel Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. You're under the gun here, Paulie.
All right. Yeah, we got, 7 minutes? I'm going to hold on to my first story. It was Super Bowl-ish related. We have plenty of time tomorrow.
Evergreen, buddy.
We can talk about that later. We will start here. I think it's always a little bit of a PSA to let everybody know whenever there's been a major recall in foods from the FDA, just in case you were out buying any of this stuff. If you were buying honey anytime in the last few weeks, you may be wanting to pay attention to this.
I did.
Did you buy some honey?
When I was sick, I bought honey for my throat. Yep.
Honey is one of those things that we always end up having like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to buy anymore because you have so much, but the
they're
ones
all
you
expired.
have are all
expired,
hard as a rock, and like you need to turn it upside down for 45 minutes before even like a drip will come out.
Save that. I had to get some when my throat was killing me, and I wanted tea I wanted honey in it, so I went and bought some fresh honey. What's the matter with
In
it?
a bear or not in a bear?
Not in a bear.
Not in a
no,
bear.
wait, in a bear.
In a bear.
In a bear.
Honey in a bear.
Bunch of honey was recently recalled after the FDA found that an ingredient in the honey is actually used for treating our old friend Ed.
Oh, ED.
ED. Yeah. The honey's made by a company in Virginia called Acarco, and they claim that the formulated honey that they sell gives you more energy. Maybe a little too much energy.
Wiener energy.
Yeah, because when the FDA tested the samples of the honey, they found a drug in there called tadalafil.
Okay.
Which is
you
the
hear
active,
those generics.
Oh, yeah.
That is the active ingredient in Cialis.
Honey
So-
does not expire, people are saying.
I believe it is shelf stable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
The bees make it that way
fair
for
enough.
you.
My
you
wife
don't
was the
have
one
to
that
throw
convinced me to
But
get
it
new
does
ones.
get all grody and cracked and hard.
Now the jar it doesn't look like the typical like little bear plastic
Right.
honey container or anything like that. It says on the jar energy support in your honey.
So they put some stuff in it.
And the side effects of tadalafil are dizziness, headaches, blood pressure spikes. And if
What the
anything
world
else
was-
happens for more than
For
4
more than 4
hours,
hours.
call your doctor.
The world was clamoring for energy honey.
Wiener honey, yes. That's exactly right. It's a good bit, guys.
All right, and then we'll just move
Hold
on.
on, honey. I need to eat some honey. All right. Oh.
Yep.
So I think that ruined my day. My entire day. That joke. That attempt at a joke. I think it just ruined my whole
He
day.
cracked himself up.
Hey, look at him. I think it's
Jim
just
Kinnison over there.
I think it just ruined my whole day. Now I can't even look at him.
Good story.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
Where do you
So
go?
good.
Where do you go from there, though, Paulie? Come on.
Well, from one
Doesn't get a
side
whole
to
lot
the other.
better. Yes. Yes. Let's do a 180 here.
Yeah. Just go up and under.
You've been wanting to talk about this story for days.
For weeks.
Over the weekend, in the quiet part of France known as Toulouse, there was a 24-year-old man who had to be rushed to the hospital. And when he arrived at the hospital, it was found that he had an 8-inch long World War I artillery shell
Yep.
crammed where the sun don't shine.
There. And again, just to reiterate, a World War I artillery shell.
By the way, this shell, it was live.
A live shell.
This was not an antique piece that he bought at auction and decided to get crazy on a Saturday night with.
The panic.
It is a live World War I shell.
Where did he get it?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's beside the point.
Yes.
How much is it worth? No. He
8-inch artillery
did
shell.
that.
Was he smuggling it? Like,
no.
Okay.
I think it was probably for pleasure. I mean, he could have like, I'm gonna go blow up this
All right.
thing with this artillery. I don't know how you do
I
it.
can Ben-splain some fetishes,
You
but
can't.
this one is even
tough.
beyond me.
Now, all I picture is the panic that he feels when he's like, I've tried. I can't extract this on my own. I now have to go to the authorities. I would have called someone first. I would have called some sort of paramedic or firefighter. I've heard stories from my firefighter buddies. They've told me things like this happen all the time.
Bomb squad.
The bomb squad, potentially. And you're just there with your legs peeled back. Like, please get this thing out. And then when you can't, you had to actually go to the ER because you could die for multiple reasons. One being that it's an active artillery shell.
Right.
Yes.
And you could walk it. Guys, is there any way that you could potentially help me?
I get that our first responders put their lives on the
They
line
really
for
do.
us, but
How
this
about this,
seems
though?
above and beyond.
So
Like,
he
you know
approached.
what? You did this yourself.
Yeah.
You get yourself
Get
out
yourself
of this
out of
mess.
it.
Yeah, no
We're
kidding.
not putting anyone else in harm's way.
No, it's a live artillery shell.
To help
So now
you
some
get out of
surgeon is
your
like
own
sweating. He's like,
stupidity.
like a lethal weapon, trying to cut the right wire.
Yeah, it says he arrived at the hospital. They had to evacuate the hospital. Staff and patients seen
huge.
running for cover as the bomb squad was called in, and they had a fire brigade standing by just in case.
Unbelievable, dude. It is. Can you help me, please? Please help me. Boom. Oh, it's just the worst. The worst. I couldn't believe it was a real story. I looked at it. You know, when you're like, hey, I heard this rumor. I need to get 2 sources. I saw this. I'm like, this is clearly BS. And found it. Yes, it's everywhere. It's been confirmed. It's a real story. It's not an internet prank. This guy actually had to do this and decided to go with a live art. I have heard of Russian roulette. This is way different, man. This is way different. Thank you, Paulie. That was.
But it's also an antique.
Yeah.
Like 100 plus years old.
Yeah. I mean, pretty cool to have an artillery shell from World War I. Like you would have that on your mantle.
But you still shouldn't. It shouldn't be live. It should never be live.
Should never have live rounds.
No.
From 1919 or whatever. Good God.
I'm sorry, and he's okay?
I think he's fine.
He's totally fine.
He's
Probably
fine.
in some pain, but he's good.
Guys, you'll never believe what happened. Like I've had some wild nights, but not that wild. Man, that was excellent.
It says he's going to have some tough conversations with family or friends.
Family.
And the police are going to be interviewing him. I think they got to figure out, where did you get this?
Where did you get it? Were you planning on hurting someone else?
Just say, no idea. Where it came from.
Wasn't me.
I just woke up.
Wasn't me.
Not sure.
Somebody must have slipped in
happened.
and it was my buddies playing a prank on me.
Just sat down on a chair and there it was. All right, we're done.
Man.
What a
Frank
show.
and Brandon get to come up next. For Paulie Rindle, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.
MVP contender.